Balls Out.
What?
Balls Out. Sports Talk Radio. Guys, let it all hang out.
Oh, don't tease me.
And talk about sports and more. Podcasts are available on iTunes. So come join the guys and let it all hang out.
You're not in contention, and this guy is saying that. And it's a story because you reacted to it. I'm not sure that I don't snap my club and then take the sharp edge and jam it down his eye socket. You understand what I'm saying? And then now everybody gets the idea. You do that to me, I'm going to kill you. How do you do? Welcome to Balls Out Sports Talk. We've got Bench. The youngest will be here in, 40 minutes or so. And I am the legend. It's so funny you have that during story time. Oh boy. But what was that about? Do you recall?
It was about Koepka when he was getting heckled.
Oh, that's right.
You were talking about how
Yeah.
he responded to it. And
Yeah. Corrections real fast. Scratch goes, hey, what the heck with the podcast? It's nice when it's out there on Monday or Tuesday.
Oh, yeah.
Not on Thursday like you had it.
Yeah.
So you really screwed that up.
Might have been Wednesday.
Thursday.
Yeah, and then I got a text from Condog on Friday, and he said, sorry for the late list of openers. I said, brother, it wasn't you. I barely got it out.
Yeah.
It's not on you. Yeah, I'm out of town the next 3 days. I hope I get it up tomorrow before I leave.
Where are you going?
I got a work training
Really?
thing. Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, up in Sacktown.
Oh, Sack. And CGOC is like, hey, what's up?
Well, he doesn't like listening to this anyways, yeah.
He, you know what? This is who he is. He listens with hatred.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because he hates us so much.
That's true.
He was going to actually be on the show.
Oh.
When we were going to do it
Saturday.
on a regular time or on Saturday evening.
Oh.
But then you had your situation, so unable to. But he was going to come by. He was actually going to come after a funeral.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really
Would have been a good time to get him.
commitment.
Or he needed an excuse
and by
to
the
leave
way,
the funeral.
yes, and by the way, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, his Mrs. CGOC was going to come.
Oh.
Because, she was at the funeral also.
Yeah.
So that would have been really cool to
That
have
would have
both of
been.
them in. Yeah.
We
Maybe
always
another
love
time.
having a Biden supporter on the show.
That's so right.
Yeah.
So right. He also, I want to read this because it made me laugh when he sent this. Of course, finding it, right? I mean, that's my whole problem. Miyagi has brought dishonor to his family because of his show recommendation. Do you get it?
I do.
Do you get it? I get it.
Yeah,
And
I
it was
get it.
funny when I got... Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I haven't watched
Yeah, neither
since, so I'm obviously done.
The
I'm
Canes
assuming,
take the lead
no kidding. Wow. This is going to be heartbreaking when it gets swept.
when they go up
even
2-0
though,
and then blow that
yeah,
lead.
and then it was
that'll be
not a
tough.
sweep,
Yeah.
even the last 4 in a row. Wow. So we got the NHL on. That's going on. Only 2 series left. 2-1 in the other one. Edmonton is up.
Yep.
2-1. Yeah.
Over Dallas.
Over Dallas. And this is 3. It's the only reason why we're saying this can't be a sweep, even though they'll lose 4 the 4 games, is because the Canes coach, what was it, 2 years ago?
I think so.
They get swept, and he's in a press conference and says, "This is not a sweep." And we kind of look at each other. Well, hold on a second. You lost the first game, the second game, the third and fourth. Now,
I think the definition of a sweep is
yeah,
not winning a game.
Now, again, he could have said, look, we were in every game. We battled. It's hard to swallow that we got swept because of how we were in every single game.
Yeah.
But to come out and say this is not a sweep is absurd.
Spot the line.
Just insane to me. But, yeah.
He didn't want the morale to get down in the locker room going into the offseason.
Yeah.
We didn't get swept.
No.
Guys.
Yeah.
I
Even
promise you.
Even though all the headlines, Kane swept. I mean, insane. And by the way, there is no way he returns next year.
Really?
If they get swept again, there is zero chance he comes back.
Wow.
You can't get swept 2 out of the last 3 years when you're this dominant of a
You can't
regular
lose
season
games and still win.
win.
That's
Ask
true.
Trent Dilfer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So you think that it's just the swept part, or it's like they should be getting to the Stanley Cup, or they should be winning the Stanley? Like, what's the expectation?
Well, I think it's the swept part first
Okay.
because you can't get to the Stanley Cup finals when you keep getting swept.
Yeah. What if you got swept in the Stanley Cup?
But you haven't. Like if it was 2 years ago and they got swept in the Stanley Cup finals,
Yeah.
then you go, okay, you know what? Next year you learn from this. Next year, because you were in every game. Next year, you build off of that and you make a run. Well, that didn't happen, right? Neither one happened. So now you are losing before the Cup 2 out of the last 3 years. I don't think you are coming back.
Well,
Write that down somewhere.
I mean,
You know, I don't care where. Just write it down.
could be a lot worse options out there, you know?
Oh no, but I'm saying is like you have to make a change, right? The organization has to finally say, okay, I'm not going to get fired as a general manager. I'm not going to get fired as a president. So what do?
You go after the coach. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Has he won one there with the Canes?
That I think they did. No.
Because I would say they won one a while back.
Yeah, I don't
but-
think it was him.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I don't think it was him.
Texas Joe said they can't get to the Stanley Cup so long as the Panthers are a team.
Yeah, our Panthers.
Yeah.
Yeah, our Panthers.
Panthers Oilers? It'd be a good series.
Yeah, I had the Stars against the Panthers.
Okay.
I will not be upset because we have such a crush
Yeah.
on Connor McDavid's
Yeah, they
game.
do.
Yeah, that guy is
Electric.
he can walk on water.
He could.
Yeah,
I believe it.
yeah,
Just skate on water.
yeah. Sure, yeah, he does
That's how
actually.
fast he is.
He actually does skate on water. Right? It's just frozen. But it would be fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go through the correction suck it list real fast.
Of course.
Suck it Tenneco vacuums. I had a problem with mine earlier today. I almost crushed it. Suck it Android phones. Baja switched to the Apple.
Nice.
Is that what we have?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he basically said there was a show that shamed him into
No.
changing from an Android.
Must have been a different show.
It was our show. Suck it, Jersey Mike. Suck it, the Beatles. Suck it, Heirloom Restaurant. You are so overrated. And you'll be doing this pretty soon.
Suck at Fox Rent-A-Car. Great prices, ship people. Fox Rent-A-Car. Yeah, that's a couple weeks away. I'm going out of town.
Yeah.
We're going to miss a couple weeks of shows.
Yeah, a couple of weeks of shows we're going to be missing.
Need to figure that out.
Yeah.
Try and get a best of.
Yeah. I trust in you as the executive producer.
I wouldn't.
I do.
And Suck at Ohio State.
Yeah, well, your roster, just, it's got to suck.
No.
Like, have you ever had a guy that you hated that was in college then joined your team?
Yeah, Draymond Green. Couldn't stand him at Michigan State.
Yeah.
And then once he was a Warrior, I was like, all right, I like this
So
guy
you were
on-
able
on
to-
my team.
You were able to get through that?
Yeah. Then again, the hatred for Michigan State is it pales in comparison to Ohio State. So
Yeah. So, like, for me, it would be Roger Clemens. It would be Damon.
You really hated Damon that much?
What jersey was he wearing?
He was wearing the Red Sox.
Well, enough said.
Ellsbury?
That one, you're not going to believe this.
Oh.
When that happened, I literally yelled out, "Do not make this trade. Do not make this trade. Don't want him," not because he wasn't a player,
Yeah.
because I don't know if he can stay healthy. And guess what happened?
He didn't stay healthy.
We paid him
$1 bajillion.
to do what?
Not be on the field.
That's right. I will write. Yeah.
Babe Ruth?
I remember when that trade was made, it was more of a sell, right? Because I remember the Sox owner, he was in debt. He wanted to, it was like some, I forget what it was, not an opera, but he was investing in this thing, so he needed the money.
The circus.
And it wasn't that, but
Okay.
he needed the money. So I remember at the time,
Fireworks.
Ruth was not the hitter he was more of the pitcher. So I said, we can use an arm. I remember saying it, I said, we can use this arm.
Yeah.
So he wasn't as much of a Red Sox to me as he was a Yankee. Does that make sense? Like, these guys were Red Sox.
Oh, that's why I say Damon. Like, Damon was there for, a handful of years. I didn't, he did play for quite a few other teams, though. So
Yeah, but he's still.
Yeah.
I don't think I was the hatred for the Sox back when Ruth was playing. I don't think I was that upset with them. If I recall, it's been a while.
It
You
has,
know?
yeah.
I mean, 100 years.
You were a big Ted Williams guy. Fought for our country.
Tours.
Yeah.
Yeah. That dude was one of the greatest players I've ever seen.
Really?
Oh, you want to talk about the eye at the plate? We talk about Soto and we talk about Berra. This dude was freaking phenomenal. Yeah.
Umpires asked him.
Because they said, I didn't see that, Ted.
Says, I got you.
And Ted, being the honest American that he was, he'd go, that was a strike.
Vaha said nobody remembers Ruth as a Red Sox.
See that? Yeah.
I mean, he clearly was good because people say it was one of the biggest robberies of a trade. Or
No.
there was a curse.
No.
It was a curse.
Well, it became the curse. It wasn't a curse at the
Became.
time.
Okay.
Because the Yankees kept winning and the Sox would never win again.
Yeah.
Because of the Ruth curse type of deal.
Wasn't until later though.
He wasn't Babe Ruth. Does that make sense?
He was still Herman.
Yeah, he was George. He was George. Yeah, he was George. But it was, he became the Sultan of SWAT, all that kind of stuff.
Colossus of Cloud.
Yeah. God. Yeah.
Happy Memorial Day to you.
We should not be. Yes. Now, people don't like even with 4th of July. I remember when my kids were really young, and I would explain to them what this was about. It really meant a lot. It's not about having a barbecue and watching fireworks. What are the fireworks for? What does it represent? I always want to, Memorial Day. Okay, it's not Veterans Day where you're appreciating the veterans that are alive right now. Memorial Day is in the title. You are thanking those men and women now that fought for the country and sacrificed literally the biggest sacrifice in the world. And I never wanted that lost with my family because everybody, it's about barbecue, drinking, and, socializing.
Mm-hmm.
But, I always wanted to make it important than what the day was, which
Yeah.
is about these people sacrifice. It started in 1868, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
But it was only for the Union soldiers. So then it brought into everything, and we are where we are now. So thank you to all of those.
America.
America first.
God bless America.
God bless America.
Shout out Condog for the openers. I kind of
Thank
mentioned
you.
that earlier. Our top 5 this week.
I love this one.
Top 5 things that are tough to see your kids go through. This might be a tough one for youngest. I don't think he has any.
Well, none that he's told me about, but,
Yeah.
he's a player.
That's true. Could be tough for me, too, just because my kids aren't that old yet. You'll have a lot more insight on this, I think. Still doing that pirate thing over there? Closed eye?
You never get that where one of your eyes or maybe both it just start burning. You get this I don't know if it's
like the itchiness from like allergies.
nah, not
but
that. This is
that's-
like
yeah.
I don't know if sweat went in there or if
Mhm.
just something, and it
Maybe when you took a
burns.
bite out of that orange, the citrus one.
No,
right?
not that. Not happened. No, no. Just started just a little while ago.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm doing the pirate thing. Yeah.
Story time?
Do you have any? You finished baseball.
Yeah, we finished.
It did not end well, I heard.
Not great. No. On the road again.
On the road again.
Out of our area, so umpires that
Boy.
don't know what they're doing. Strike zone looks different to both teams for some reason. It seems to benefit the team that they're around more than us. A very, very bad obstruction call that kind of, I wouldn't say it didn't blow the game, but it certainly made it a lot more difficult for us to come back just given the scenario of it.
Okay, take that away and take away the bias of the umpire. Would you guys have been in the game?
Oh, we were in the game. It was a 3-1 game.
Okay.
So if we're getting the same calls in our opinion, I mean,
Yeah.
we can only see from where we're at, but like when we're asking our catcher, like, hey, was that good? And he's like, yeah, it looked pretty good to me. And then we get rung up on balls that appear to be in the same spot where the catcher's catching it outside of his frame, like outside of his body, and bringing it back, and he's calling it a strike. I don't know. Just
Now,
from our point of view, it looks a little sketchy.
the head coach for you guys, has he ever been run in a game?
No,
This year?
he got pretty close in that game after the obstruction call. There was a play at third where a kid, catcher blocked the ball and it kind of went to his left. Kid was at second, breaks for third. Catcher throws down. It tips off our third baseman's glove and kind of goes a little bit into, I wouldn't say into the outfield. It just got away and went towards the outfield grass. Our third baseman, after it tipped off his glove, kind of like stood up and started backing out of the way, like towards the coach's box, so that our shortstop could like make a throw home. Shortstop gets the ball, makes the throw home. Well, while that's happening, the runner got up and like ran into our third baseman, but our third baseman was in the grass in the coach's box. So they initially call him out. Well, then the other team says, like, hey, you ran into the guy got in his way, yada, yada, yada. So they talk it over. Well, then they call him safe, and they say obstruction.
Where was he when he was down?
At third base. Like,
Just standing on the base?
no, like he slid in.
No, I understand. So, like, he's almost like he's standing on the base.
Yeah.
He's just laying down,
And then
but then gets up
as he's getting
and then
up,
runs towards
towards the coach's box and then back
because
into the baseline.
this isn't coming around second base where you're trying and you're going wide around and you're
Well, no,
this-
that's the thing. He was never rounding it because it was going to the bag.
right. That's what I'm saying.
To get
This
down,
is not
yeah.
this.
Yeah.
So he doesn't need to be wide. He's just getting up. It should be just a straight line.
Well, yeah, like the umpires ended up telling us that he had established himself, but it was like, what do you mean? He was on the base and then now he's in the coach's box and he established himself out there? Like he was in the baseline. If he leaves the baseline, then how is he still?
What was the explanation?
It was very confusing. That was it. They just said he had established himself.
I understand, but when
and
you tell them that situation, what is the explanation from them?
they don't have a response. It was just like that's the call. That's what we talked about. That's what we discussed.
So you can't even be upset with your third baseman.
Oh no, he did the right thing. He got out of the way.
Yeah.
Like if he would have stood on the bag or
Yeah.
stood like to the right of the bag in the baseline, like yeah, dude, get out of the way.
But I don't understand. Is he down the line, your third baseman, down the line?
No, like so where the bag is,
Yeah.
he just stepped like 3 steps directly
Into
backwards.
towards the dugout.
Towards the dugout. Yeah.
Okay. But why would that guy get up and go towards the dugout to run?
Beats me.
He's a brilliant runner.
I mean,
No, seriously.
earlier in the game, there was a play where the third baseman for us was running to first base, and there was a ball between first and second baseman, so pitcher went to cover. Well, when he went to cover, he didn't do it the right way as far as going to the inside part of the bag and then peeling back towards the field. He ran through it. It was a bang play. Our third baseman kind of like ran into him and like knocked him over. And I think he thought, oh, he tried to like truck me or something. So I think he took it personal, and then he saw an opportunity to, oh, I'm going to get back and run into this kid. And then it ended up working. So, but just the situation that happened, we had been down 2-0. We scored in the top of that inning, so it was 2-1. That was the sixth. Bottom of the sixth, that happens, and that would have been the third out to get us out of the inning 2-1 with a big momentum because they had, I think, a leadoff double that inning. They had like a first and third, nobody out. We picked a guy off, threw a guy out at home, like all that.
What inning was this?
This was bottom six.
Okay.
So to get out of that jam and still only be down
It would have been
one would have been a big
momentum. Yeah.
And I'm not saying things would have been different, but a 1-run game is a heck of a lot better than two when you
because you kind of coach it a little differently with a 1-run
yeah.
game.
If you get one guy on, now you can do a bunt, you can steal, you can do those types of things.
No, I totally agree. Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, season's over. Not great, but
how happy are you it's over? Not that you're happy it's over, but how happy are you that it's over?
Not really. I wish we were playing next week.
Yeah.
It stinks. It's sad, man. Like, I don't know. I didn't go through that because I didn't play my senior year because I was done with those coaches. But
hard to believe.
But yeah, it's sad to see those seniors like play their last game and they work so dang hard.
Box lost.
Yeah.
And he kept saying, "Do you want to see the scorecard? I mean, the lineup." And I said, "No, I'm good with it." Then he goes, "Let me go over it with you." And he just kept. He was so distraught after. Yeah, he was so distraught. But
he told us like going into that game, he knew they were going to face a lefty, and he said, "Lefty's historically no good for us."
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
Yeah, it's nice to get that far and then maybe win it.
Yeah.
Right? But the reason why I'm saying that, like, I'm so done with coaching. I want nothing to do with it anymore. I did it for so long that it is draining because you are bleeding with the kids because I'm in a different situation. You are whoever comes to the team. Well, me, I get to choose.
True.
Right? So you eventually have a really good relationship with 99% of them. And you bleed for them, and you're exhausted by it too, man.
Yeah.
Just game in and game out. You are more tired because the emotional roller coaster ride you're going through from pitch to pitch, bat to bat, ball in the field to ball in the outfield. I mean, it is an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah.
So it really takes its toll on you, and you get exhausted.
Yeah.
So I am done. Yeah, and I am happy about it.
Nice.
That was a long coaching thing I did for way too long. That's it for story time.
Yep.
Congratulations on a season.
Yeah.
Good for you guys. Didn't finish it the way you wanted, but this season was better than last year.
Yeah, big time. We competed in every single game.
My point is, that's fantastic. And next year it'll get even better. You guys are building something, and let's hope it keeps going that way. So good for you.
Last year might be the last shot. Or next year.
So I'm going to go the worst story time last. I'm going to go yesterday. I played at Fort Washington.
The other club.
Yeah. I got a late invite, took it. I didn't really want to, but I took it and went. And on the range, just puring the snot out of it. Just felt really, really good. I've been playing really well lately, so it felt really good. So went out there, and because they're playing in that member
Cannonball.
Yes.
Whatever it's called. 3
days. And they're really looking forward to it because on Friday it's supposed to be 300 degrees.
Yeah,
and They think the older people will die out there, so that's what they're counting on. That
Is it
will.
just Scratch and Eldest? Is it
Is a man dealio.
okay?
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was like a foursome or.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
two dealios. So they played it yesterday from the whites because the eldest never plays from the whites,
No.
and neither does Scratch.
Is that what the tournament's from?
Yeah,
It's all
from the whites.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, from the whites.
Interesting.
Absolutely perfect first drive. Finds the bunker. Par 5,
Right side.
right side. Because usually I'm in a left, and I said, whatever happens, I'm going to go right, and my perfect draw, just perfect draw,
Yeah.
right, and it finds the freaking bunker.
Yeah.
It all went downhill after that.
That's all it took.
I'm telling you right now, if it was in a fairway, it would have been like that. And here's the thing. I played really, really well, and I played really, really bad. And it was that first hole crushed me. No, like mentally crushed me. I'm so weak. I am so weak. You know what I mean? Like it is such a weak sauce out of me to allow that to happen. And by the way, every time I play at my club, it's 40-mile-an-hour winds.
Oh.
Nothing out there until we get to the third hole. I think it's the par 3.
Yeah.
Absolutely flush it. All three of us flush it. Just flush. All three of us in bunkers. Because you hit it and it just balloons.
Yeah.
Just keeps going like this. And you know how you want it to go this way, straight forward? It catches it and goes straight up like the space shuttle. Right?
Yeah.
And then it just comes down. The eldest, have you ever played for it?
Yeah.
Okay. You know that par 4 that
My dad
goes
was a member.
there? I thought he was a member.
No, yeah.
Okay. So it's a dogleg left downhill. The homes are on the right-hand side.
Mm-hmm.
He puts it in that front bunker.
Yeah, he usually goes for it there.
Eagled it
Nice.
on the par 4.
Nice. So he made it out of the bunker.
Canned it.
Wow.
He was 2 under, I believe, on the front 9. He hit some drives yesterday that it's crazy. Scratch is more excited about where the ball ends up than like he is.
Yeah.
The eldest is. He hit one, I think it was 345. Just, I mean, a missile,
Yeah.
It was fun to watch. It was absolutely fun to watch. Then he was running out of gas. He hadn't eaten. You can tell it was taking a toll. And, he can't just go in and go, hey, I'll have because he can't eat like that, So you can tell the fatigue was coming. And it came. I think he ended up 2 over or 3 over.
74 is what he sent me.
Yeah. So good round by him. The Scratch was tale of 2 tapes.
Mm.
The front 9, he shot a 502.
Nice.
Just don't want to do that. You know what I mean? And the back 9,
Tough to recover from
it
that.
really is. The back 9, he was really good. Really, really good. There's story 1. Story 2 is today. Went out, played at my club, and shot a 78. Missed. I just screwed up on 18. Missed. I 3-putted on 18.
Mm.
Just horribly. Should have had a 7. Should have really had a 74 to let's just be serious. Should have had a 74. But I screwed up in a couple of holes, and it's fine. Whatever. Here's the story. Earlier last week, we got at the club where there's a 5-some in front of us. There's a 4-some in front of them. I mean, it's real slow. So there's a 4-some in
Just
my
you and
group.
Baja? Oh, no.
4-some in my group.
Okay.
Our buddy and his son came out. His son being 40-something years old, right? Going out. We're on number 5. And number 5 wasn't good for the other 3.
Mm.
Okay? And it was a little slow, whatever. So we finish on
The par 3?
5.
That's hole 5?
6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
6, sorry. Par 5, 6. You're right. Sorry. And we finish, we start walking, and then there's all of a sudden I turn. I don't turn. I'm just listening, and this one guy, why are you guys so? And I turn, and then the guy turns slow, and then all hell breaks loose. What is that?
John Spence, Papa's Got to Eat. I think he was talking about Elvis.
Oh, yeah. He couldn't eat.
Yeah. Can't just get a glizzy at the turn like everyone else.
Doesn't that suck?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, because you know what? Scratch went in and I just started grabbing stuff and just chowing it. So I said, what? Now, mind you, now the fivesome in front of us are on the green. I get it. We're just a little behind. Now there's two groups on 8. We're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Right? And you're a twosome behind us, which, by the way, and that one guy in particular, stick.
Oh.
So he's practicing for the city they had this weekend.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so he's practicing, right? So I said, what did you say? And he's just like, I said, no, what did you say? And he goes, F off. And I'm like, oh, no. Now, here's my problem, my
Wrong
dilemma.
guy.
Here's my dilemma.
F off to.
Here's my dilemma, though. He's young.
Yeah.
Probably 24 years old.
Oh. Is he built like a house?
No.
All right, you got him.
No, I don't care if he's built like a house, but it's just the youngness to me that was a bothersome.
You don't want to embarrass him. I get it.
Imagine going after the youngest.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Right? So I haven't swore, and you probably haven't noticed, in 8 months. I haven't said a potty word in 8 months. That was taken care of that day. Everything you can imagine came out. Right? So I am apoplectic about it. I said, Mother, if you guys want to play through, all you had to. So he keeps going like this to me, grabbing the junk, if you will. You know what I mean? I'm like, not going to do this. Finally, I said, I'm right here. Why don't you come over here now? Right? Now, Vaha is there, and Vaha has seen me in action. So I'm assuming
he's
he
getting
thinks
his popcorn.
I'm assuming he's waiting for me to decapitate this. But I'm telling you, I kept it under control as much as I can because of the age. I'm going to look like the biggest tard on the planet.
Well,
you don't agree?
not necessarily.
See, I thought so.
The guy was being a dick.
Oh, he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. So I told the other 3, I said, we're not going. We're going to let him play. I said, go ahead. Go ahead and hit. So they go.
You're standing
Oh, I'm standing right there. Just
behind him.
I'm just staring right at him, right? So, and I want to be completely honest with you. He's a stick. Do you understand what I'm saying? He's a stick. I mean, because the first 5 holes, it kept turning around. I mean, he is firing at the pin. He is not missing. Okay. So, I'm like, where do you, there's a 5-some in front of us. Look how many people are waiting on A, So they go, they rush, finish. And my thing is the rest of the way is like, why are you so effing slow? That's what I'm going to keep doing. Just baiting him, right? Because if I can get him to throw first, then I won't feel so bad killing him, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, what they do now is that group in front, that's the 5-some, one of the guys I know, 2 of the 3 had hit on 9. These guys run over there and ask if they can hit. They hit, and they kept going, and they're trying to get away from us. Because, again, it's like a volcano. You don't know when it's going to erupt. And there is a chance I may go, I don't care, you're 24, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
I never did, never got a chance. Gone. It was so bad for me that I swore again. Because again, I don't know if it's there. I don't know if you left it there.
Oh, you're going to start now? That's right.
I did start, and I kept it for 8 months. So that really bothered me that I let that affect me that much and let this little twit do that to me. But man, was he a great golfer. And I didn't see him today in the final 2 groups because we're on 4 and I can see the final 2 groups coming, so he wasn't there for the championship. So I don't know what happened to him, but man, he was impressive from the tips, just crushing it.
An even better person.
Not a good person at all. No. Like I can visually see myself crushing him and then just bashing his head into cart path until the brains start oozing out.
Yeah.
And then I can't play anymore because I'm arrested. And all that money I spent to be a member at this club, and I'm screwed.
Yeah, that's true.
That really was not good.
It's a good motivator.
Yeah. Yeah. That was my story time.
Nice.
I hate kids.
Yeah. 24 is not that young. Could have killed him. It was like a high school kid. I get it.
So you don't think 24 at my age is somebody too young to demolish?
Nah, maybe he needs to learn a lesson,
Oh, no, that did cross my mind. Like somebody's got to teach this guy his brashness, cockiness, but he was smart enough to run away.
Coward.
Could very well be.
Good stuff.
Not really.
No?
No. No. Had 2 birds today.
What holes?
Yes.
Nice.
One was on 10.
Okay. Bombed it?
Oh, I hit a really good ball,
Nice.
but left. The other one, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. Was it 9? Was it 6?
One of those 18 holes.
I don't know. One
Yeah.
of those holes.
Yeah.
You know, years ago, I could tell you shot by shot every single hole. It just doesn't matter
you
that
still
much
could.
anymore.
You just play 8 rounds a week, so.
That is true.
Yes,
They
sir.
all mush.
Yeah, there's like a lot of birdies.
They mush it together. Yeah. Oh, it's so frustrating. I'm gonna tell you that Fort Washington thing. I'm doing it to myself rather than just playing. I just want to play so well out there that I don't know, screwing myself.
Vaha said you saw them there yesterday playing and he wouldn't look at you.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Same hole, but they're on 16, and he wouldn't look at me.
Nice.
Yeah, because I do.
You took your shirt off, stared right at him.
I do remember saying
Come on over
something.
here. Come on over
Not
here, brother.
profanity. No,
Yeah.
I didn't use profanity because that again will start. I started.
Hey, buckaroo.
Hey, young man.
Hey, chief.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Well, he gets to live another day. Good for him.
am I softening now because I'm thinking I did the right thing because of the age? Like this person's under 30, and I'm like, what am I gonna do with somebody under 30? You know what I mean?
Dismember them. Yeah.
Yeah.
NHL. We kind of touched on already the conference final series going on. Oilers up 2-1. Canes about to blow one out lead here in the third.
I mean,
period.
if you had $100 and you were to bet right now,
I'm taking Panthers.
you would take Panthers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I would. You know what? I
At home.
almost take him on a 3-1 win here.
Wow.
Yeah.
They get that second one empty
Well,
netter.
they get the first goal. The Canes now go, oh no,
Here we go.
right
again.
here we go again, and then all of a sudden, they commit a penalty, a power play goal, and then the wheels are just coming off.
Yeah. Then the empty netter at the end.
Yeah.
I could see it.
You know how much it would have sucked if they came out within the first 20 seconds, scored right there?
Who, Carolina or Florida?
Florida.
Oh.
The Canes were. You know what? Thank you very much. We're out of here.
I'm shocked that Florida only has 12 shots on goal and they're starting the third period.
Something will change on that.
I mean, we see it all the time where the team leading gets very defensive and passive and stops.
Instead of doing what you're doing.
Yeah. They like literally just try and park the bus.
Yeah.
And yeah, it doesn't end too well usually.
Yeah.
In other hockey news around the world, first time in 92 years, Team USA wins the what is it? International Hockey Federation.
The Canada team lost like to the Netherlands or something.
I was gonna say I saw the final was over Switzerland, so I think that was what was shocking to me at first was it wasn't Canada,
Right? Yeah, they lost a couple of days ago.
Okay.
Yeah, that was shocking.
Yeah.
And the way Vaha says that team was loaded.
Canada.
And they blew it.
Wow.
Yeah.
But yeah, USA.
Which is fantastic.
First,
you know why?
We got the Pope. Now we're beating Canada at their
That's
own
right.
game. Yeah.
We didn't have a pope for 2,000 years, and look at us now.
Yeah. Vaha said the Canes like going up 3 love, then playing game 7.
Oh.
Canes like going up 3?
He'll let you know what he's talking about in a
Okay,
second.
okay.
I'm trying to read this thing. And you remember the kid that died, Johnny
Gaudreau. Yeah.
They held up that jersey too, number 13 jersey. 92 years, brought it back home, 1933. I mean, Babe Ruth was still in his heyday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, we used to watch them all the time.
Yeah, we did. We were big fans. Yeah, so, I mean, fantastic. It just makes me so happy. So happy.
Yeah, good for them.
Always good for them. Yeah.
Carolina power play, and then I think they might have just called a penalty on Carolina. Might have some 4-on-4 action here.
I love it.
You had something on Brad Marchand, the Rat?
So apparently, and you tell me if you have a problem with this. So there's always cameras and stuff, even in a locker room or whatever. They caught him eating a Blizzard in between periods.
Like a Dairy Queen Blizzard?
Dairy Queen. Yeah. So he says, I love it. It's the greatest.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
This is what I was going to say. I was going to say, so you're in between periods, and you're a player of whatever sport.
You're burning 1,000 calories a period.
Especially in hockey,
yeah.
Right? Yeah. So he goes and gets this Blizzard, and so of course, I love his comment, and I hate him, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't like him.
Hey, he was a Bruin, for those who don't know.
Yeah, he's terrible. Yeah. That's a little chocolate chip cookie dough Blizzard right there.
So proud of it.
He's so proud. He basically said, I should now get lifetime free Blizzards from Dairy Queen, for doing what he did there. But
it's a heady play.
It really is. But what would be your go-to in between periods? Just out of curiosity, what would it be a dessert like that, or would it be a food?
Specifically hockey?
Sure.
Or it could be like, what about like between a doubleheader of a baseball?
But that's plenty of time there between a doubleheader. This is between periods. Between a doubleheader, you
like
are
15
fueling
minutes.
up. You are fueling up and what have you. This is between periods. So what are you downing?
I think I'm going with those the chocolate chip ice cream sandwich.
Oh, that
like
big
those Nestle
yeah,
Toll
yeah.
House
Oh,
with the 2 cookies.
not allowed anymore.
You can't have them?
Can't have them in the house.
Sucks to be you.
It really does. Somebody.
But yeah, those I love those things. I think
Yeah.
that would be it.
Okay, so I'm going, which you're going to call me crazy. I'm going to Philly cheesesteaks with some with some wings.
That's
some wings.
way too heavy. I'd like to see that vomited up on the ice.
No, I'm not eating it all. I'm just saying I'm taking a couple of bites of it. Nice sauteed onions and peppers with it and cheese.
For some reason, the savory doesn't really make sense to me in between periods of a game.
I don't know why.
I think
It
a
seems
sweet
so right
makes-
to me. It seems so right to me. And I'm washing it down. I'm washing it down with a In-N-Out shake.
Oh, of course. Coach is asking you to go in for a shift, and you're over there fighting for your life. She's like,
Throw it
actually,
up.
Coach,
Thrown up.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom before my next shift. Those buffalo wings are working their way through early.
I don't know why, dude. I love Philly cheesesteak and wings.
Oh, I don't knock that at all, but the
Oh, it's
situation of it.
insanity. Yeah, it's insanity. Yeah.
Here's your guy, Martian.
Yeah. Give him a blizzard.
Oh,
just
that
missed
would've
it.
been
Yeah.
That's funny though.
Don't you think that's pretty cool?
I respect the blizzard.
Yeah.
I love those things.
When's the last time you got one?
Oh, forever. Because we used to go anytime we'd go over to the coast, Los Banos. They had that
That's
one right on the
right.
drive.
Yes.
And then when that closed down,
Yeah.
I don't. Is there one in town?
Oh, yeah. Isn't it near the 99?
That-
Sean 99, somewhere in there?
It wouldn't be over there.
No, I wouldn't be. Over
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
But yeah, I never come across it anymore.
Yeah.
That was the one stop I always made going to
Right.
the coast.
Right.
was
Yeah.
To get a blizzard.
Yeah. We used to love it. Taking the kids over there was a big thing
Yeah.
on the way to the coast.
Yeah.
And then it just depended on the time we were coming back because we would try it again on the way back.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the traffic sucked when you're trying to get
Yeah.
from that side to that side.
True.
Yes.
One street.
Sucks.
Florida power play here.
Oh, good. Here comes the tie.
Yeah.
Now, you thought I was crazy. Vaha sang a pizza.
Slice of pizza.
Oh, I think he's talking about the entire pie.
Oh. He folds it.
Yes.
Slice of pizza, I think, it makes a little more sense than a Philly cheesesteak with wings.
Did I
and-
mention the fries
and
with
it-
the Philly
and it-
cheesesteak?
and an In-N-Out shake, which is the thickest shake you could get of all.
Oh, my gosh. What a pass.
Oh, right there.
That is the thickest,
It's a whole scoop of ice cream in there.
but it's the best.
I love it. My wife doesn't like it for that reason. It's like it's too thick for a milkshake. I'm like,
Well, why
that's
don't you get
the
a
best part.
spoon with it in the beginning and do it that way and then go into the,
Yeah, that's what I usually do.
yeah.
You like Frosties? Are Frosties on the same level or no?
No.
Still no?
No.
I do like a good Frosty.
You know what? It
It's the
almost
classic
seems a little
chocolate.
too grainy compared to, am I wrong?
Well, it's kind of that like, oh my gosh, they're just
Peppering?
they're diddling the net.
Oh, no.
But yeah, I don't know. If I had to pick between the two, I don't know which way I would go. It's
Really?
it's pretty close for me. Yeah.
Oh, no. No, it's one way.
Well,
And do you change flavors every time you go? Like one time you get, because here's the
for
if I-
In-N-Out, you're
yeah,
talking
here's the reason why. So you go vanilla, you can't go wrong, right?
join the discussion, youngest. We're talking about food.
You can't go wrong with a vanilla.
Oh, you definitely can.
Okay, but here's the thing: I get the vanilla and I order it.
I don't like I was gonna say that would be the third flavor. I'd
Okay,
pick.
but I'm driving around now to pay, right?
There he is.
Driving around now to pay, and then as I'm going, God, man, I should have changed that to a strawberry. So next time I come, I get a strawberry, right? And then I go,
Oh boy, the toughest lead in hockey.
Oh boy, they're gonna
These
lose
poor
4-2.
We talking milkshakes?
No.
Yeah. So, well, and the other part of it too was a Frosty versus a milkshake from In-N-Out. If it's a discussion or not. Your father says it's not a discussion. I
Do
say
they
it's
have
pretty
Frosties at
close.
In-N-Out?
No,
No,
not
a
Oh.
Wendy's Frosty
Oh.
or an
but
In-N-Out
it's too
milkshake.
grainy to me.
Which one's too grainy?
The Frosty.
The Frosty.
You are right. The In-N-Out milkshake is very smooth.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, you're gonna get naked with that
Yeah,
thing.
I'll get one on the way home.
I got In-N-Out yesterday.
Did you?
It was beautiful. Didn't get a milkshake though.
It's really
I'm
great.
not the biggest milkshake fan from there. Not that it's not good. I've never thought like when I go there, it's always the burger, the fries, and then the root beer. I love
Have
there.
we done this on the show where you can do? Can you do 3 different layers?
Oh yeah. We
you
discussed
can ask for
like
that.
what would be. Neapolitan. They do like the chocolate,
can.
vanilla, strawberry. Yeah, they
We've
do.
talked about the
Oh, so-
order
But we talked
Okay.
about what would you want on the bottom, then the middle,
Vanilla.
then yeah.
Strawberry,
because that's what you're getting first.
vanilla, strawberry, then chocolate. Because I always,
Yes.
when I eat, whatever's on the. Let's say you're eating a
I want the
seafood
strawberry to go
pasta,
last.
right? Seafood pasta.
Okay.
All right. So you'll have scallops in it. You'll have shrimp in it. You know, you may have a little bit of lobster in it. Maybe have some mussel in it, whatever. There's one thing that I out of that, because I'll have the noodles, but I'll leave one of those seafood items last, and that's the last thing, the most important tasting one for me. That's the last taste I want. Is that weird?
No.
So that's the order of the milkshake.
No goal.
Oh, what was it? A high stick?
Offsides, I believe, is what they were calling. That guy.
Oh
right
God, yeah.
there,
Yeah.
or- oh.
Yeah, look how far off.
But I thought you could pass from behind.
But
is
look
it
how-
2 blue lines that you can be ahead?
Yeah, but he's offside though.
But I thought if you were passing ahead.
No.
Oh, okay. All right.
So I want the chocolate for the last
Yeah, I agree on that.
taste.
Really? I would go
So the
strawberry
vanilla
for
first,
last.
No.
strawberry is so good. Sometimes you take your shirt
Yeah.
off for it. Yeah.
That's why I would go vanilla,
That's what I was
chocolate,
saying.
strawberry.
I would never get vanilla because the other 2 are so good.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
The times I've had, like the strawberry one is actually
He's
that's
right.
that's one I would
Baja makes a good point.
No,
for sure.
this is he's right,
Well-
and I'm not going to argue that.
What did he say?
The milkshake is tasty, but it's not good at washing down the food. I get that.
No, I'm not disagreeing with
No,
that.
yeah, it's like dessert though.
Yeah, but here's
But
the
if you
thing
have a soda
because
and the milkshake,
no, that's
you
what I was
feel
gonna
like
say.
A whale.
No. This is what I was going to say. I would get the soda even though I don't drink soda anymore because
lemonade.
the shake is so thick.
Yeah.
By that time, it becomes where your wife
Like, that's
can't
a meal.
complain
What do you mean can't? What?
because you can drink out of the straw without killing yourself.
Oh yeah.
By that time,
That's true.
you're in good shape.
Yeah. I guess if I had to choose over the Frosty or the, because Legend's right from what I remember when we had a Frosty, it was really good, but it was almost like ice chunks.
It's grainy.
Great, yeah, it
It's
was
so
almost like you're right.
No, I'm not saying it's not good. I'm just
It's
saying
just-
the
yeah.
smoothness. Okay, this is gonna sound stupid, but the McDonald's cone, the vanilla,
Get one
Okay,
of those on the way home.
you can,
Just get those chicken nuggets from Taco Bell too.
you are going to be fat again,
Just
aren't
grab-
you?
just grab those on the way home.
Working on it.
I'm asking you a question. Is there a smoother ice cream than that ice cream?
Tillamook.
No. At a when
Okay,
you
like
get it
fast
from
food. Yeah.
The McDonald's cone.
the cone, the
Their
vanilla,
soft serve?
the vanilla soft serve.
Yeah, I don't think so.
That's what I'm saying. So I like that type of the creaminess to it
Yeah.
compared to the graininess of the Frosty. That's all I'm saying.
Potato.
Okay, so let me ask you this question: when you get an icy
Mm.
compared to a slushy,
Okay.
do you understand the difference of it?
I
With
don't.
I'm going to give you the difference. The slushy, when you drink it, all of that stuff is coming through the straw. The
Like
ice,
the liquid,
the
okay.
the slushy, you're only getting the liquid because the ice
Is,
chunks
uh-huh.
are.
I think that's the icy. You've got them flipped.
No, he's
no,
right.
no.
No, the
No, no, no.
slushy, the No.
They call it the
like the
slush
icy at
puppy,
Sam's Club.
slush puppy, or
What?
At Sam's Club had that icy machine.
Never got one there.
Seriously,
so
like the
If I
bear,
get
the
an
bear.
icy, it's at the movies.
That's what I mean, like the bear. The bear, like holding the
Oh,
that
yeah,
kind
yeah,
of. That's what we're talking about. Icy. That's the type of drink we're talking about, where you get both the liquid of it, but it's also like you get not graininess or crunch, but you get that compared to a slushy.
you're getting ice.
You're getting ice with the liquid. With the slushy, you're getting
A
just the
slushy,
liquid
I
instead of the
feel, is
ice.
almost like crushed ice. Like really
It is.
It is, but
small.
you're not getting the ice. You're just getting the liquid.
No, you
The
get
ice make
You get
well
ice there.
sometimes, but not a
my
lot.
point is, if you're drinking a slushy, I mean what is
Icy?
it? Icy, it goes down.
All the way. There's nothing.
You're drinking it. With the slushy, the ice remains, and it's just and you have to. Yeah, no. I mean, I've done a scientific test.
I don't know about that.
Are they flipped around?
Listen, Bob,
Wait.
I'm telling you right now.
Coach wanted to recommend a peanut butter shake from Triangle Burger. I'll
Absolutely
be getting one on the way
not.
home.
We're gonna need to ban him for 5 minutes for any
Peanut
kind
butter?
of vacation for that stupidity.
Is
Peanut
it
butter.
chocolate peanut butter at least?
By the way,
It
this
doesn't
looks
matter.
good.
It's peanut
Oh
butter.
yeah, I
I'm
was gonna
excited
talk
for
about that
this,
in
yeah.
movie
What
time.
is this?
F1.
F1 the movie?
Is it out?
I don't know,
Oh, okay.
but it looks
It
amazing.
looks great.
and it's
Oh,
Brad
so-
Pitt.
I can't wait to see
so
it.
you know it's gonna be.
So-
and it's
oh,
and
yeah.
it's
So you know Puck's going to this?
and it's with the guy. There he is. No
Who?
Country from Old Men. The psychopath. He's in this.
June
Oh, he-
27th.
he's in that?
Oh, it's
Yeah.
a month away.
What's it?
Javier Bardem.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gonna get that on your way home?
No, that's too much dairy. I say
Hey,
it like
that's-
getting ice cream and milkshakes.
You know what's crazy? That stuffed crust I always thought was the stupidest thing ever. I finally had one with my buddies, and I said, "Damn."
Really,
From-
it's too
from
much
Little
cheese.
Caesars?
I thought so too, but it's
From
From
it's-
Little Caesars?
Yeah,
That particular one?
it's intoxicating.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like the cheese pull there, that's fake.
How about the caca after?
Not great,
During.
Yeah.
but honestly, I would take it over Taco Bell's caca
Oh.
because that one is
Coach said a slushy from
Atomic?
Elote Man.
okay.
Is that like a guy that's riding a bike down the street?
Is there a way to?
I'm asking. No.
Shut up.
Is that a thing?
Unbelievably racist.
Is there a way to give him
Remember.
a timeout on that?
Now remember, that's just coming from your fellow coach.
I was from Legend.
We disavow on Balls Out Sports Talk for anything
Disavow. Is that how this
Like that. Oh,
says
by
it?
the I know this is not movie time, but he keeps telling me he heard that, and this is going to make you happy as hell. The last Mission Impossible movie is.
Dog shit.
Have you heard the same
Dog.
thing?
Oh, no, I just knew it.
Oh, you did.
I
Okay.
just-
I'll just say we won't go too much, but I'll just say
Who's the leading actor? Yeah, I know.
Okay.
you know I was talking to Legend about it too. I don't. I'm on the board of where I don't like him
No.
anymore, but not because of the Scientology crap. I just hate how when people talk about God, he's saving movies, he's not humble about it. You could tell it clearly gets to him, and he loves it.
Oh, it's all about him. for
And I
sure.
hate it. I hate it. But yeah, this
Yeah, I hate when people make it all about themselves.
yeah, this guy I agree with on
Vaha
opinions.
said he disavows too. Just wants that on the record.
I agree with his movie takes on YouTube. There's so many of the guys I watch, right? He said he went to theaters. He goes, I'd wait till it's at home, and I was like, that sounds about right.
Can you remind me that during movie time, number 2 is coming out, and I want to talk about it. You know which one?
Yes, I
Okay.
think I know exactly. Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Last of Us season 2. Yeah.
No.
No, I can't wait to discuss that. I finished it,
Oh boy.
and
I saw something about the
Eesh.
last episode being a 6 out of 10. I said I'm glad I stopped watching.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
During
about as
movie
much,
time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's
about
good.
as much as I'll say. I agree. I wonder if Miyagi's continued.
Yeah, I actually don't know. I forgot to ask when I was talking to him last night.
I wonder if he just was like me, where he just wanted to see how
Yeah, that's
bad
the thing. I
it
think
continued.
he was so far in that he had to see it through.
that felt like me too. It's just
Yeah, but we were also, and we gave up on it.
but because I told you to, I said
But like he
you're not wasting your.
he played all the games and like he has that investment.
No,
part
I
of it.
understand that, but see, to me, that doesn't make a difference. I don't even understand. Like, usually they make a game out of a movie. Now
Yeah.
you're making a show out of a game, and it's so weird to me.
Yeah.
Well, I would take going to your thing where for you it's not the same where like you gave up but you don't have that connection. It's almost like, for example, with John Wick, you know, they get ridiculous after a while, but you've seen the first 2, you might as well, or even up to 3, you might as well see it through, you know.
Yeah, but another one comes out, I'm not watching it.
Well, they're bringing out Ballerina.
I was gonna say
What is that?
they're
It's a
making it
spin-off
like
with
a
you,
chick version.
you know Anna de Armas, that from Knives Out, that girl. She
Yeah.
was real.
She's
She's
hot.
playing the hot as hell.
You know who she's dating?
Oh wait.
He was previously mentioned.
Oh no, she did.
Tom
She
Cruise?
she said that was wrong.
Oh yeah, no, that can't be true.
She said that was wrong.
That can't be true.
That is true.
There's no
Yeah.
way.
I don't
Alright.
believe it.
Well, I'll
She's
I'll-
better than
yeah,
that.
I'll watch her movies still because she's hot.
She doesn't need anything from that midget.
Wow.
He's incredibly tiny. He is.
The camera angles are always low to make him look taller.
And Mrs. Le-
I love when Family Guy makes fun of
the
him.
the,
He's the size of
the
Stewie.
oversized teeth as well.
He's the size of Stewie.
Speaking of him, real quick too, Mrs. Legend and I were
They just cannot
Get
in
it
the
on net.
while we were wiping down the
Oh my gosh.
puppy
Another good
thing or
one.
whatever. We both now agree, outside of Mission Impossible, especially now, his best role will now be Tropic Thunder forever.
Yeah.
I mean, that one you can't really hate on because
Yeah,
it's
but
just so
days,
damn funny.
what was it called? Days and Nights or Nights and Days, whatever.
Night and Day with
That-
Cameron
Cameron
Diaz.
Diaz,
Yeah,
that was a really good
yeah, that was
movie.
fun.
That was a good
That
movie.
was funny. That's true.
No.
Someone lost a stick.
Vaha said the game tells better stories.
Is he talking about?
True, yeah. Last
the
of Us.
Last of Us?
Very true. That's the biggest issue with when I'll get more into with this second season. It just doesn't do justice by the second game story compared to the first season. Because the first season, you're like, great episode. They did a little change in it. Like, the second season is, what the hell are we doing? Except that one moment was good, but what are we doing? That's how it's been. Or that's how it was.
Can't the referee like pick up that stick and get it off the ice, or
You know, I've often wondered about it. Sometimes you do see them grab and they'll skate towards the bench and hand it.
yeah,
But when the action is so fierce like that, they almost feel as though, I'm assuming, I don't want to.
they don't want to
I'm
take their
speculating.
eyes off and
Yeah,
mean,
there
some-
could be something. Yeah.
yeah. Well, I know sometimes players will like go pick up their stick if they have a chance, but that one had been there.
No,
for,
no.
like,
If it's broken, you can't pick it up.
oh, that one didn't look like it was broken from what I saw.
Oh, I don't know. It could have been.
Yeah.
Because you gotta leave it if it's busted. You can't even
yeah,
skate
yeah,
around
yeah.
with
Well,
it.
you shank someone with it.
That's right.
It's a weapon. Bitch of the week, youngest. Anybody at this most recent work shift?
This usual one that I had a feeling she was gonna come into at the last minute.
She's a recurring guest.
She is, and manager will know who I'm talking about. She always comes in and she's got this damn cat who thankfully didn't run in.
See,
to
this
the
is the
store
thing
this
I don't
one time.
understand. It should not be allowed.
Yeah. Well, it thankfully didn't go in the store this time.
Okay.
And that's what I was, because I was,
Cats.
yeah. I mean, it was just looking at me, and I was like, I know you're trying to get in, dude. You're not coming in. But and the why it is for specifically, she usually takes forever, or will come to checkout, go get more things, come back, go get more things, come back, and she didn't do that this time. Why she is because at the deli, one of our favorite people over there served containers for her, and then she tells me, is she going to come back? She left the store and just didn't pick those up, and I was like,
Nice.
well, that sucks for her. She's not getting those. So
Nice.
Umpire?
Yeah, umpire. It's actually funny because his name was Randy, different Randy, but the same name.
Oh, no
'Cause
kidding.
2 weeks ago,
Yeah,
it was
you can't
also
have these
Randy.
Randys ruining
Randy's
your-
just a bad name.
Yeah. Do you know any good Randys?
I don't think so.
Randy Johnson?
Randy Johnson was good.
Yeah. Could you name another Randy? Anything. Wow, I don't think I can.
There's like no football players named Randy. There's a lot of Rickies.
No, I mean, seriously, another
How many
Randy?
Randys. It's because they're all umpires. That's
And they all suck.
the only thing I know. Yeah, Randy really blew it. Sucks at his job. Hate to
The
see it.
manager knows who you're talking about. Come on, seriously.
Of course he
if
would.
I was to ask for three
our
more,
best guest over there.
Randy.
Randy Orton, WWE wrestler.
No, come on, seriously.
What do you mean, seriously? That's Pony.
I can't
How's
think of.
Pony?
I can't. That's true. I can't
How is
think of
Pony doing?
another.
How's Pony doing? He's good. He closed tonight with me, and he
Nice.
appreciated my work.
Good for him.
Yeah.
You know, I was trying to get manager on today, and he wasn't working. But he said I have to ask my wife.
Dodging
guess
out
what
on
happened?
bringing food.
Guess what
happened?
That is true. He did dodge out on.
He
bringing
worked today.
food. Tonight.
Yeah, he worked today. Tonight.
Tonight.
Yeah, he did.
What time?
He was 9 to 6.
He could have made it.
What does his wife say?
That's a shame. Obviously,
Vaha
no.
said,
Exactly.
Vaha said Randy Cunningham, short for Randall.
What are you guys telling me to ask Pony?
Manager said Randy Gregory. Randy Gregory. That's the guy that beat a lady? The Cowboys one?
Wasn't that the Cowboys?
Randy.
Is that the abusive one?
Then the one that went and did UFC for a bit? I think that's
Is that it?
Yeah. There we
Yeah.
go. We named a few Randys.
What were you gonna
Not really.
Ask Pony.
You're looking for like notable Randys.
Because Randy Johnson, you know it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, so like, I can't believe there's no other Randy.
Rand Paul,
Why does that sound
Not going to
familiar?
work. I said in sports.
politician.
Oh,
I said it's
that's why. That makes sense.
He's not Randy though. He's Rand.
Still counts.
His parents forgot the Y.
Randy.
What a great name.
God, this is crazy. I can't think of another one.
I don't know. I can cheat and look him up.
Yeah, let's do it. A famous Randys in sports.
That's it.
What a great name.
Randy Macho Man Savage. That's from Baja.
Not gonna work.
That works too. Randy Moss. Wow.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh!
All right.
We all suck.
We lost all credit.
We all suck.
I don't know about me.
Randy Couture.
I
He
just
was
don't
a
know.
Hall of Fame UFC fighter,
Yes.
so that one counts.
Randy,
know.
Randy Johnson.
Randy Moss is the big miss there.
That is a
Yeah.
huge, embarrassing miss.
We're gonna lose viewers for
Yeah,
that.
we really are.
Yeah.
Gosh darn it.
It's already plummeted.
Wait a minute. It says 39 players. in-
Randy Jackson.
Randy Jackson, or the Jackson 5. Was that a toot?
Was that?
No,
that a fart?
this is
Randy
not,
Jackson.
Was that
No,
American Idol.
sports for the love of God, sports.
Randy Arozarena.
Randy True Wong. Randy Rainbow. What a
You know,
name.
if you go back to that other thing, it had it specifically in each sport, and it said 39 in this sport.
No.
Randy Backman.
No. Look, do you see it? Go up. Up. It says football players 39.
No, it doesn't. It
Isn't-
says their name and then what
Oh,
they did.
Gosh darn it.
This guy.
This one here?
The one I was on?
No.
In Last of Us?
Randy Vasquez, baseball player?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
All right,
We
that's
learned about
enough.
Randy's.
Randy. So don't name your kid Randy
Yeah. They'll just
and
be
expect
an
him.
umpire.
Yeah. And a bad one.
Yeah.
Or just
My
Any
B of
random person.
my B of the week is that 22 to 24-year-old.
Yeah, I figured.
I hope nothing but bad for you.
Wow.
Yeah, I've said
Hey,
it.
whoa. Why are we
It's
doing
gotten
that?
darker.
Oh,
said it.
all of a sudden.
5:11 left,
So like
and I'm
5 minutes
expecting
ago
them
when I...
I'm expecting them to score 3 goals.
You can do it. There you go.
You think so?
I'm expecting it.
Major League Baseball. Oh, that was actually gonna be my bitch of the week, but Randy took that over. Honorable mention bitch of the week. The Sacramento A's lost, I think, 11 games in a row
Oh
before
no!
winning. Yeah,
Didn't we talk about last week that they were still playing pretty well?
they were.
But they didn't play 11 games since then.
No, but they were kind of on the downturn, I think, at the start of last weekend. So,
Okay.
yeah, not good. Bullpen had an ERA, I think, over 9 over that stretch. Hard to
Mhm.
win.
How's our boy doing? He
Fer-
must have struggled
Fergie?
too. Yeah.
He's struggled a little bit.
I'm still rooting for the kid.
Mason Miller, though, has been like, I think his ERA is over 5 now.
Ooh,
That's the
he had a
all-
bad game.
That's the bad stretch.
Really?
Yeah, blew a couple saves.
So we'll get him on a cheap then.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
We won't charge you a dime.
Yeah.
Just say Stroman and Devin Williams for him.
Texas Joe's obviously our baseball guy. Soto. Okay, so there was a story that came out on the people in the know that Soto wanted to remain a Yankee, but his family. Hey, can you bring me my charger? His
I'll
family.
take a water.
His family want him to play for the Mets. Now, I think that came out from Soto's camp.
Okay. As a cover up, per
Yes,
se.
because I think that's all BS.
Oh yeah, if you got one, sure. Appreciate it.
Write that down. I own that statement.
What's that?
That was BS. Does this thing charge off of here? What are you showing me?
Someone was making fun of that. Oh,
What? I don't see what you're saying.
look at all the positions.
Oh, I see. I get it now. I see it now. Can this go in there and charge somewhere on that?
I could just plug that in.
No, I know.
don't think
Could
you
it?
can on here.
no.
That one's already used.
Because I can't reach it, is what I'm saying. You know how old I am. 23. You know?
What?
Vaha, what he wrote.
Only the A's could play 5 games. Yeah, it's true. It is true. So, yeah, Soto's a liar.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah, that's just a
Yeah,
cover.
I don't believe
That's-
it for a second.
Yeah. Something the eldest sent over the other day.
Yes.
I guess it was like the New York Times or something. It was on Twitter's where he saw it, but they tweeted out the all MLB all quarter century team. So
Okay, go ahead.
over the first 25 years of this century, so
Okay.
from the years 2000 to 2025, they came up with an all quarter century team for MLB. And honestly, for the most part, I didn't have any qualms with it, but there were a couple that stuck out to me, and so I want to hear your thoughts
Okay,
as well.
can I do this real fast?
Yeah.
So there isn't a bigger fan of Mike Trout than I am. However,
That's one of your qualms?
no, not a qualm, but just
Oh.
a question. Just
Oh.
a question. Don't you have to be healthy?
I don't have any questions.
Don't you have to be healthy?
I mean, over the last 5 to however
10
many
years.
years, but
5 to 10 years?
for the first 10 years of his career, it was like he was a
Oh, no.
perennial
He's a,
MVP.
yeah, he's the greatest player of all time. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I get it. I'm just talking about, man, just the lack of health is obviously not a issue for you. If you're going by just strictly talent, yes.
yeah.
I'm just saying.
I just statistically, thank you. Statistically, though, even with all those injuries, if you look at his numbers, I don't know who you really put in ahead of him.
Center field,
Yeah.
Aaron Judge.
Oh, he's already in there. He's in
Center
right.
field.
He's in. You put him
Center
in both.
field.
So then, who do you move to right?
No, I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't disagree with it. I'm just talking about health wise. Does it? It's not for you to check or uncheck the health. Obviously, that's my only question to you. And obviously, your answer is no.
No,
You don't care.
not at all.
Okay.
I mean, they got steroid users on this list.
Well, they got the biggest steroid user. I mean, he's a loser. I think he played for Frisco.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he goes by Barry.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were talking about Crawford. Future Hall of Famer.
So yeah, we'll go around starting the outfield.
Yes,
So
go
it's
ahead.
Barry Bonds in left, Mike Trout in center, Aaron Judge in right. So you're saying Trout is a maybe for you?
No,
just-
not a maybe. I was just asking you a
okay.
question
Okay.
that you don't take that in consideration. Where
Well, I do for sure, but I'm just saying it didn't feel like, even with the injuries, like I said, even with the injuries, his body of work as a whole, it's like you can't argue with that. I don't know.
the other thing is with that is he never goes to the playoffs. Just listen to me. But because he gets injured, but the team doesn't go to the playoffs, so you can't look at him and say when the lights are the brightest, he does much better or he fails, because you never get to see him go there ever, except for 3 games.
I was gonna say he did get there, but
For
lost,
3
lost all of them,
games.
so.
In his
Yeah.
entire career, he's only been at 3 playoff games.
Yeah, that's wild.
That's crazy.
Partially some of his own choice. He's had opportunities to leave.
Oh no,
He could
I
have
have-
not extended there.
No.
Yeah.
okay. I'm going to talk from both sides of my mouth right now.
Yeah.
I got to hand it to him to be loyal.
Yeah.
But then I also got to hand it to him. Not hand it to him. Take away from him and say, are you just comfortable being somewhere where there's no pressure and the pressure would eat you up if you went somewhere?
Could,
I don't
potentially.
know.
Yeah.
I don't know. You don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
So you can take away, and not from this list. I'm just saying
Yeah.
you can take away a little bit from him and saying you chose to keep staying somewhere that you have no pressure on you because you know you're not going anywhere.
Yep. Oh man, they're really pouring it on here.
Yeah, it's not the way I saw this ending.
4-2, just like you said.
Yep. I'm never wrong.
3-0 Canes here.
Well, they pulled the goalie.
Yeah.
So that's not a problem
It's a
for
big
me.
it's a big what if.
It's a
in
question.
sports,
It's
for
a
sure.
question
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah, it's a big what if.
Because again, you're playing all year to do what? To get into the playoffs, to get to
Win
a
World Series.
championship.
Yeah.
In any sport, right?
Yeah.
This is what you're doing. Well, he's so. I don't want to put words in his mouth, and I'm not accusing him of this. I'm just saying if you wanted to push back a little bit on him, you can say, dude, you know that organization is not run well, and you can stay hidden being one of the greatest players of all time in the regular season.
Yeah, I mean, just based on that market, you'll always be hidden behind the Dodgers
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah. So I just want that out there as far as I'm going to give him credit for being unbelievably loyal, but what is the reason?
Yeah.
What was the reason?
Yeah.
Is it
Making
this is-
boatloads of money, doesn't want to move his family.
and he's
yeah.
comfortable as heck.
Yeah.
And knowing that
And he
I'm
does,
never-
yeah,
I'm
I was
never going to go to the
say,
playoffs.
That part of your legacy is kind of just not a big deal.
See, to me it is.
I'm saying in his mind.
No, in his mind.
Yeah.
Because you can knock Patrick Ewing, you can knock Charles Barkley, you can knock Connor McDavid, right? But they all went to the playoffs, and then they lost. Not one time. You don't just go one time
Yeah,
to play. They went to the playoffs multiple times, faced better teams in front of them, and lost. You know, this guy doesn't go to the playoffs.
Nah. Never ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just want you to kind of think about that a little bit because it is a little bit of a you've had opportunities to tell them, okay, ship me out. Get me out. Okay? I'm waiving my no trade clause. I'm whatever. And I want to go to a contender.
Yeah.
Never did it, as far as we know.
Yeah. Not that we know of.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, Bonds and Judge.
Okay, Bonds is one of the greatest hitters that we've ever seen.
Yep.
It's not even debatable. Now, what he did because of the steroids is a different story. He was a great player before it.
Mm-hmm.
He turned into a Bugs Bunny character. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
if you ever watched a Bugs Bunny and he pitched against this massive guy that he took a taxi to go catch the ball at the Empire State Building.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
how far the guy hit it, right? So this is Bonds, right? It's not real. What you saw is not real. Because we saw what was real when he wasn't on juice.
Yeah,
and he
still
was
an
a-
amazing player.
He was a great
Yeah.
Hall of Fame player, right?
30 home
So-
runs, 30 stolen base type of guy, Gold Glove.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Weak arm,
Yeah.
a little bit of a weak arm, but he can field,
Yeah.
okay? Played his position well. And one thing I'm going to tell you about him is whenever he hit a ball that was inside and he pulled it, that thing went as straight as an arrow and it never hooked.
Yep. Got backspin on it.
That to me was phenomenal.
Yeah. Yeah, I was trying to think of like other names that you could throw in there for outfield.
Who'd you have?
Well, that's the thing. I was like just trying to think of like other guys that were in the same conversation as those guys. It's tough to come up with names. As far as that period of time too. Like Griffey was amazing. I don't know exactly
Oh.
when his his career kind of like.
Yeah, was he during
'Cause he
the
was-
twos?
I think a little bit, but I
But
think
that's
he was
not enough,
also
though.
had a good chunk in the 90s.
But
too,
see,
I
if it's a
think,
little
and
bit, it's not good enough.
yeah.
I mean,
So-
I'm just going by that. You have to play your chunk in that era.
Yeah.
Like if he played 2 years in the 90s and the rest of it, that's one thing.
Yeah, so Griffey was 1989 to 2010, but like pretty much from 2006 on was just kind of an
Yeah.
average player.
Yeah,
it
yeah,
was
yeah.
the mid 90s, early 90s where he was
Yeah,
a,
yeah, yeah,
a
yeah.
stud.
Yeah, that makes a difference.
Yeah.
For me, it does.
So yeah, obviously you can't put him in on that list.
No.
Left field, like Manny Ramirez was pretty good as far as a hitter. Overall, though, not good on defense at all.
If you look at all three of the guys up top there,
Yeah.
can you compare Manny's defense to those guys?
Oh, no. Yeah, no.
So then you can't.
That's
put
what
him
I'm just
there.
saying as
Yeah,
a
yeah.
hitter, yeah, but no.
But these guys aren't DHs, right?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
you're taking the whole package.
Yep. As far as infield, Yadier Molina behind the plate, Albert Pujols at first, Jose Altuve at second, Jeter at short, Beltre at third. The big one for me that stood out was Altuve, partially because I hate the guy.
Okay, but you gotta move that
I
aside.
got to move that aside a little bit. That's where I was like, okay, it's hard to find someone that you can put above him as far as the accolades, Gold Glove,
The guy's
200 hit seasons, World
Yeah.
Series, like all these things.
and World Series where he wasn't hiding. He was prominent in the wins.
Yeah. So like we were trying to think of names when I was talking to
Yeah,
my
who'd
buddies.
you guys come up with?
Pedroia was one, but I don't know about his career too. Like I don't think he had the longevity
No.
really as far as this quarter century thing. Like
No,
Altuve's been around for a while now.
Correct.
And so
but he's been a while in this century.
yeah.
Yeah,
But I think Pedroia,
look it
like,
up. I don't think
yeah.
he's. I think he's further back than you think.
see, he was 2006 to 2019.
Oh, he was.
So yeah, I was gonna say he didn't
Oh,
come
I had
around
that.
until
okay. I'm wrong then.
because he wasn't on that 04 Red Sox team, the one that beat the Yankees after being down.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I hear you talking, but it's kind of hard to understand what you're saying. You sound stupid. I don't know what to tell you. You just sound stupid.
So yeah, 14 years for Pedroia, 1,800 hits, handful of Gold Gloves and MVP. Solid career for sure.
Well, let me put it this way.
But Altuve.
Well, let me put it this way. The heart, I'd rather have this guy than anybody else
Yeah.
on that entire list.
Yeah.
That entire list. This is the guy I want. Right?
Pedroia.
Yeah, but he doesn't have the longevity.
Yeah. Altuve, 15. He's in his 15th year, 2,200 hits, an MVP, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 6 or 7 silver sluggers.
And he did something somebody else didn't do.
Which was?
I mean, he had a device on him.
That's true.
You know,
He-
so, I mean-
she banged trash cans.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So suck on it.
So yeah,
What was Pedroia's average? I'm sorry. You just had. Can you go back to that?
on his career,
Yeah.
299.
That's pretty freaking good.
Pretty freaking good. Altuve's career, 305.
That's pretty freaking good.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think there was. Like DJ LeMahieu was pretty good for a decent stretch at second
Yeah,
base,
I get it.
but,
It's
but
not-
the
no.
same.
There's no World Series there. He did have MVPs.
Brandon Phillips was like a solid second baseman, but
What, did
not
he ha-
anywhere near.
Wait a minute. Maybe not MVPs. He had batting titles. Maybe not.
LeMahieu?
Yeah.
Oh,
not
yeah,
MVP.
Not
Not
MVP.
MVP.
Not
No,
MVP.
No.
But yeah, he was always leading league in batting.
But the
average.
pushback would be he played in Colorado,
yeah,
right? And the first couple of years with the Yankees, you know what his nickname was?
Mm-mm.
The Machine,
Mm.
right?
That's
So
Albert Pujols' nickname.
no, it was what is he doing there?
I don't know.
It was LeMahieu, the Machine. So all I'm saying to you is he cannot compare to what Altuve.
Yeah,
And by the way, he wasn't just at second. I mean, he's moved around quite a bit. He's played third. He's played
Altuve?
first. No, LeMahieu.
Oh yeah.
Altuve that's what he is.
Yeah. Jeter at short. Any pushback?
Now, were there flashier type of shortstops during that?
Oh yeah.
Okay, there were.
Yeah.
Okay, there's no disputing that. But if you take the entire package, as far as you are the captain, shortstop in New York, never let that affect him. He was the leader of that team. What did you need? There was nobody in baseball at the time that did, what do you need? A bunt? What do you need? The ball hit that way? Whatever it was, he did it. Plus, he made the plays.
Yeah.
He had that Jeter move to his right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm not saying he's the best shortstop, so don't think I'm saying that. I'm saying the entire package with that, it's hard then to push away. What do you have, 5 World Series?
Something like that.
What
You're
is he?
saying in this 25-year period?
Yeah.
Who would you take? Like, I get you're saying the whole package, but who are you saying is better?
Defensively? I'm talking about if you go defensively, there are better defensive.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That's what I'm saying. But the entire package, there's nobody better than him.
Oh, okay.
Am I wrong?
I would agree.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
There are some amazing shortstops right now. They just don't have they haven't been around that
no,
long.
they've been here for 2 minutes.
Bobby Witt.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He's been here for 2 minutes.
Yeah. So, yeah, I would say Jeter.
And look at his lifetime batting average.
Jeter?
Yeah.
What is it? Give me a guess. Or do you already know it by heart?
It's tattooed on my.
310. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Now, you could argue
Go ahead. Go ahead.
that he's got 5 years here before the year 2000. And these years here are some of his best years if you look at them kind of statistically.
That was in the beginning of his career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like 97 to 99 there. Those are some pretty darn good numbers.
Mhm.
Not that he wasn't good after that, but like they're not as they don't stand out as much. He never won an MVP.
No,
That's
I think he
wild.
was a runner-up.
Yeah, he was a runner-up in 2006.
Yeah.
Who was that to? Justin Morneau. Wow. How about that?
Damn great player.
He was a good hitter.
Yeah, he was.
He was a big,
Yeah.
big guy.
Yeah.
And he was a third-place MVP in 98 behind Juan Gonzalez and Nomad.
Here's the thing.
Yet, if you look at his numbers, he could have made the argument. I don't know. Hard to beat 157 RBIs from Juan Gonzalez.
One more time.
Oh, I was saying in 98 or whatever it was, he got third. Juan Gonzalez won it. He had 157 RBIs.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
pretty wild.
Yeah.
Vaha, what'd Vaha say? I'm waiting to hear Mariano's name. We'll get there. I hope. I don't know if they did closer.
But that would be it.
Oh, yeah. Trevor Hoffman?
Okay, now.
I think Hoffman was in the 90s for
Okay,
a
but
good stretch of his career.
and Hoffman was
Oh, no.
who was it? Rice.
Jorbit. It was a bad throw.
Oh.
He could have underhanded it, if I'm being honest. I don't know why he didn't.
Why not be honest?
No, let's lie. Still one of my favorite lines from you.
Who'd I say that
To
to?
Puck.
Oh, that's insane to throw. You're not
Airmail it.
expecting that.
No, not at all. It's that close. He's
You're
got no shot.
And by the way, you got the ball here.
yeah,
All you do is flip it.
that's what I was saying.
That's insane. Oh my God, it even looked worse that way.
Here you go.
What were we saying, please?
Huh?
What were we just saying before that play?
About Mariano. He'd have to be the guy. And then I said Trevor Hoffman. Eric Gagne.
Well, Eric had 3 years.
Yeah.
Okay, so gone.
Yeah.
Okay, and steroids, gone. See you later. See you later.
And I don't think a whole lot of postseason.
Not success.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hoffman was very, very good, and there's no denying it. But Mariano, you absolutely knew the pitch that he was throwing you.
True.
You
You knew that with Trevor too. You were gonna get it. Quite a few changeups.
That's a different story on this pitch that Mariano was throwing.
And they faced in the World Series, and the Yankees swept them 4-0. So
Enough said. Move on. Yeah.
Third base, Adrian Beltre.
This one I don't know.
Name that came to my head, Alex Rodriguez. Now, he was a shortstop. He did have a good chunk in the 90s there where he was a shortstop, but then third base in the 2000s, he was pretty dang good as a third baseman. Beltre was like Gold Glove every year.
I know, but here's the problem with what you just said.
Okay.
If he never went to New York,
Never
he'd be
third base.
he'd be the best shortstop of the era.
Yeah, we're just playing what if.
Yeah, I know we
I'm
are.
going, what happened?
Right.
What happened is he played third base, and he was pretty.
I know,
darn
but
good.
not through his career.
Yeah, but only in this period of time, 2000 to 2025.
Let's see.
Let me see.
Let's see how many years between 2000 and
94 to 2016 was his career. He came to the Yankees 2004. So 2004 to 2016, that's 12 years as a third baseman.
how many years?
12.
I'd put him there.
And some of these are just absurd years from him.
Yeah, steroids. I would put him there.
54 bombs, 156 RBIs, won the MVP.
Okay, look at me. I would put him at third.
Over Beltre?
Oh God, yeah.
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 I get Beltre was like just kind of a
295 career hitter, 286 career hitter.
477 home runs against
600,
696.
yeah, 700 basically, yeah.
3,166 hits, 3,000.
So I'm telling you right now, this list is made this way without him being there for two reasons. He's hated, and he didn't play third his entire career.
I guess, yeah.
That'd be the only reason.
Yeah.
What just happened here? Are these guys doing this on purpose? Trying to make this more difficult? Look at this. What would you do with your team right now?
Triangle ball.
What would you do with your
This is a
team?
good PFP priority.
Oh, they're
Oh,
so
they're
lucky
just-
that.
It's just because these pros don't talk anymore, man. Look at them. No one's saying a word.
How is
When-
Volpe not see him?
When did they become too good to talk, you know?
But how does he not feel him and
Yeah, I
see
don't
him?
know.
It's ridiculous.
Vaha said and Pex. I'm assuming he was referring to something else that we missed. A-Rod was also not clutch.
Oh, I don't know. 2009.
I was going to say, there
2009.
was a couple of playoff runs where
Yeah,
you
2009. He was it.
could not get him out.
Yeah, he was the reason why they won.
Yeah. Yeah, I get what you're saying, I guess. Not a, career third baseman.
Right.
but
That
still,
could be
that
the
body
no.
of-
I don't.
that body
I'm
of
not
work,
arguing with
man,
you. I'm
yeah.
on your side on this. I'm just saying that has to be it.
Yeah, must be.
At first base though, you're not taking Teixeira over Pujols.
The one I was going to bring up, though, you could argue, I guess, third or first, depending on what time, and that might be the reason they didn't put him in here. Miguel Cabrera.
Yeah, but he didn't play his career there.
That's my point.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
guess is like
Yeah, yeah.
he started at third, moved
Yeah.
to first, then was DH. So
Yeah.
and defensively, I don't think he was ever a stud.
When he weighed only 135, he was right.
when
he was
back
very
with
good.
Florida. In
Yeah.
the
Oh yeah.
beginning of
Oh
the
yeah.
Tigers.
Yeah. He would when he did not look like a house.
Yeah. Man,
Yeah.
he was so good.
He
though.
ate 14 of the younger Cabreras.
his family members back in.
This is a serious question I'm going to ask you. Has he retired yet?
Yeah.
Okay. It's
Couple,
over.
couple of years ago. I
All right.
think. Yeah,
All
one,
right.
one or two.
Okay.
Not that long though.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. But yeah, Cabrera was darn good as a hitter, man.
I'm telling you, even when he weighed 20 pounds.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean that body of work is literally the entire timeline here. 2003 to 2023. 3,000 hits, 511 home runs, 306 batting average. What more do you want from the guy?
Well, I don't know, 738 home runs.
Granted, it looks like the last
He was
8
just
years here.
collecting a paycheck. Yeah.
What a drop off, man. Just couldn't stay healthy. Probably.
Well, because you weigh.
Probably because he weighed 267.
Yes.
Woof.
Yeah. Did he? Oh, yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you were just saying
No, I
that.
was
Yeah,
looking at
he
it.
actually did.
Won a Triple Crown though, man.
So, dude, listen to me. That's 100 pounds more than when he first came into the league.
Oh man. Pujols, no qualms at first.
No.
Not really.
No.
I can't think of any.
I mean,
There
defensively.
were a ton of good first basemen.
Okay.
But
Now,
for the
are you
whole stretch,
telling me?
like,
Are you telling me? Was he a phenomenal first baseman? Where I'm not gonna say yes. This is the one where his offense takes care of.
yeah,
He's an average first baseman.
he was always a very good base runner as well.
Yeah, until he became large.
Yeah, he got large too.
Yeah.
But he's also older. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, it happens.
What?
Not to me.
We all slow down.
Not to me. Look at me.
Yadier Molina behind the plate.
I don't think there's there's a couple of spots here where there's no argument. I think that's another one.
Really?
Yeah. What do you have? Gary Sanchez?
Yeah, that guy can swing it. Pudge Rodriguez. I don't know the years. I think he was a good chunk of the 90s as well. So I think that could be the disqualifier.
Yeah.
Yachty is like.
Okay, so wasn't he the quintessential?
I was gonna
This
say,
is what you want in a catcher.
what you want is you need the defense to be top tier, and then if they provide any offense, it's great. But like you want a catcher that they're gonna shut down the run game. They're gonna block all the balls. They're gonna
And
they're
he's
gonna
going to
call
control
a game.
He's
Yeah,
gonna,
exactly.
Yep,
All of
yep,
it. So,
yeah.
Yeah, so Molina played 2004 to 2022. Pudge was 91 to 2011. Yeah, so just not really good, but not the over those years. And I'm sure those last Pudge's career towards the end was nothing. After he kind of got up there in age.
See,
Yeah.
Jeter didn't drop off that much.
Did he?
Did not, is what I'm saying.
I don't know.
Can you do less noise though?
I already ate so much, and
I
turned
just
down
don't worry
something
about him.
earlier, but
Bring it here. Let's go. Let me make some noise while I'm doing the show.
Jeter's last 2 years were subpar
Okay,
for him.
Last 2 years.
Yeah. He was 39 and 40 years old.
Yeah.
But he was an all-star in that 40-year-old year. Do you think
You
that
know
was
why?
they just kind of
Yeah.
gave it? Yes. What kind of pizza are we working with there? I might eat one later. We'll see. I gotta go pick up a Frosty and then In-N-Out milkshake on the way home. And
What flavor?
from what? In-N-Out?
Yeah.
I'd go chocolate.
Never strawberry?
Strawberries in it. Vanilla never.
Okay.
That's why when you said you'd get vanilla, I was like, no, that'd be no.
Oh God, yeah.
No.
Oh, and you haven't had it.
I probably have once, but
Okay, I don't think you have because
nah.
I get the other two are, and I'm not arguing that.
Have you ever mixed chocolate and vanilla?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Have you gotten the swirl?
We've talked about that, and I've never done it, and I think I may.
You've
I
had
like
it?
the games. I like the changing
Just
of the
the
games.
two? Or you've only done the all three?
I don't know, but not just two. I've done all three, and that's like you says, naked worthy.
Okay. DH, fat sloppy.
I'm about to be
This
flat
one's
sloppy
this
with this
one's
pizza.
this one's hard to quantify because not that many guys were like lifetime DHs. Like it was more of that position that Miggy, he got a little up there in age. We're gonna start DHing him to take some of the wear and tear off. But like Big Papi was just never good on defense, so they just had him as a DH. So it's hard to.
I know, but when he was with the Twins, he sucked.
Yeah,
No, I'm being serious.
I know.
I'm being flat out serious. And then
The Red
what,
Sox
what changed?
gave him a shot, and then
More than a shot.
I'm sure he just liked the clubhouse.
Yeah,
It was
that's what
good
it was.
Vibes. There was definitely no steroids.
Sure.
They don't make you a good hitter all of a sudden. He figured out his swing.
Yeah, usually people do things that don't help them out at all. that may hurt their future
Made
living.
him a little stronger. But then again, he is fat sloppy. So yeah,
What's your favorite one that I've coined?
fat sloppy is a good one.
Shamu?
Shamu for is that for Pablo Sandoval? Yeah. Onion Head's pretty good, but that's Vaha, I think, right? Yeah.
That's Baja.
Man.
This is really good.
Rapist. That's good for Ben Roethlisberger. That's a good one you've coined. So yeah, DH. I guess I couldn't really think of someone who was strictly a DH. That kind of made it tough to overrule that. But
How about doing this real fast?
okay,
Best DHs in 2000s. Put it in.
just like look it
Yeah,
up.
let's see what happens. Maybe there's a name that we didn't even think of. But that would automatically mean they weren't that great.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, wait.
David Ortiz,
Howard?
first one to pop up.
Oh, no, he played first, though.
Yeah, he played first.
Yeah.
Edgar Martinez was the only name that came to mind, but he wasn't in the 2000s. He was prior to that. Jim Tomei,
Oh,
that's a good one, but he also played first quite a bit.
yeah.
Nelson Cruz, he played outfield a lot.
Yeah.
Victor Martinez was a catcher, first baseman. Frank Thomas, he was more 90s though too, I think. Vaha said, who was the guy the eldest mentions with 13-year-old kids or special needs kids?
Shortstop for the Giants.
Omar Vizquel?
Yeah.
The one that was touching.
Yeah, diddling.
Oh, boy. Vaha's just trying to get me to laugh and start crying. Might work. You guys never answered. What type of pizza are we working with there?
We're working with a cheese, pepperoni,
Okay.
mushroom, black olives, ham,
Oh, yeah.
but some pineapple.
Yeah, who asked for that?
Nobody. She just does it and
Really?
thinks it'll work every time.
You guys don't like it?
I'm gonna eat it.
It's rear.
Legend just farted at that idea.
I'm gonna eat it. If she doesn't want it, I just asked her, "Do you want any slices?" Because before I dive in for more,
Mm-hmm.
I figure it out.
Yeah.
Because there is a second dough.
On to pitching. As Vaha stated, the closer is Mariano Rivera. No surprise there.
I think he's going for more.
The rotation, pitching rotation, Legend had some pushback on these. So the five they gave, Justin Verlander, Clayton Kershaw, Roy Halladay, Max Scherzer, Randy Johnson. R.I.P. Roy Halladay. You good over there? All those guys, to me, no doubt Hall of Famers, so it's hard to kind of nitpick at that.
Okay, again, this is all I'm saying.
When you got guys like Max Fried out there.
Come on.
But yeah, what you were saying to a guy like Kershaw, where when it came postseason time, he seemed to struggle a tad. And then I don't know who the other one you were referring to was for postseason.
Scherzer.
He's won some World Series, I think, right?
Okay, but didn't he also have the same problems that Kershaw had? You could win a World Series, with a team, but didn't he also kind of struggle in the playoffs? I could be making that up. It's just in my head that I thought he struggled also when the lights were the brightest.
Let's check it out.
All right.
So let's see. 2011 first postseason appearance with Detroit. Started 3 games, had an ERA of 5.74. 2012, 2.08. 2013, 2.82. 2014 was a 1-game 7 1/3 inning, 5 earned runs, not great. With Washington, 3.75, 3.68, 2.4. Dodgers, 2.16 ERA in 3 starts. One bad game with the Mets in 2022. And then not great with Texas a couple years ago when he was 38 years old. Career, though, postseason ERA,
Okay, I'm wrong.
3.78?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
yeah.
wrong.
All right.
He did have some.
Blow up.
He did.
Yeah.
He did. So maybe that was what was.
Very
Staying
small
in-
samples
It
for
is.
sure.
No,
but
it
yeah,
is. But that's maybe what was like. I remember,
That's true.
and that's why.
And that tends to happen. Like
Yeah,
those
but
stick
but if
out,
you
yeah.
but if you look at it,
The body
he
of
was
work.
solid.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was solid.
I might have one later, but I got to go get a Frosty and an In-N-Out milkshake. So. Kershaw, on the other hand, career postseason ERA of 4.49. That's not what you want to see from like your elite number 1 starter.
Well, he was their ace.
Yeah.
I mean, what happened against the Cardinals? I think like in the 3rd inning of one of the playoff games,
All right, I'll get peer pressured in.
he got destroyed.
Yeah.
I mean, this is all I'm saying is like. Here's the thing. Do I love him? Absolutely. You know why? The Giant fans hate him, right? So I love him. But you have to call it out for what it is. He did struggle. He did struggle
Good call on the pineapple.
in the playoff games. He did.
Yeah.
Because if you look at it, Verlander, can you go back to that list? Verlander,
Vaha said, wasn't Kershaw overused during the season? That just sounds soft to me, Vaha, I'm going to be honest.
if you go back to that list, Verlander,
Like, yeah, he threw
a horse.
232 innings in the in the regular season. Who cares? Yeah, Verlander until later in his career. Then he's been injured more. But
Right.
yeah, that's what happens.
Holiday.
Horse.
Okay, come on, man.
Didn't he throw like what? Didn't he throw a no hitter in the postseason a couple
Probably.
times? Probably.
Yeah, that dude. You please take this ball and do whatever you want with it.
Yeah.
Right?
R.I.P.
Yeah.
That was another guy who he was gonna go all 9.
Yeah. Now, Randy Johnson, you can show me the stats and you can show that it was great. And I think it was more about the myth about him, which I didn't like. You know, like when he came to New York the first day, get out of my face, you know, talking to a reporter. And, you know, he did not do well in New York. Just, what is it?
Vaha said, "Of course it's soft. It's baseball."
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Wow.
Rude.
What are you going to do with it?
To be honest, when we talk postseason, I don't even remember a lot of Randy, but that might have
Well,
just
Arizona,
been because
Arizona, him in.
this one is funny though because look at him. In the 2000s, he only had about 9 years, and
Oh.
yeah, 2 of those years are, or 3 of those years are Arizona, where he was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Is it bread and cheese? Oh yeah, I'm in. Thank you. So Randy, career postseason record of 7-9 with a 3.5 ERA. Was that seems to be ballooned by a couple of years there. Yeah, with the Yankees, not good.
No.
Not good.
No, not at all.
But
But
he was 41 and 42 years old. But
I know, but go to where we was in Arizona with what's his face.
Schilling, yeah.
Yeah, they were.
He was 5 and 1 with a 1.52 ERA in 2001.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I hear.
Yeah, wow.
Freaking Peraza. It's just swinging for the fence on every single at bat.
Got to. Need some insurance.
Maybe get on base.
We're watching Yankees Angels. This is a bigger series than you know. Angels have been hot.
Did they sweep the Dodgers?
Swept the Dodgers.
Yeah,
at Dodger
that's what I
Stadium
thought.
for
Yeah,
the
yeah.
first time in like like 10, 15 years, something like that.
You know they're dismantling the Dodgers organization, right? Because of they have more than 15 losses already.
Like you set the bar. And
Oh yeah, so gotta
they've
get
already
rid of
failed.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. Gotta get rid of.
Promise.
You know, Shoei had a home run yesterday, and I think 2 today. Or was it 2 yesterday and 1 today? He's got 19. He surpassed Judge.
Mm-hmm. Did you see that O'Neal Cruz guy for the Pirates yesterday?
Remind me.
Hardest hit ball in StatCast
Yes.
history.
Yeah.
122 miles an hour off the bat.
Yeah, Stan said, hang on, I'm coming back.
And I'm coming back healthy.
Yeah.
Live
What do you think of that pizza?
Live rating here, I was about to say.
It's good.
Like,
Homemade dough?
yeah, everything. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, just the dough. Huh. I forgot. I thought you did the sauce on
Homemade olives?
We grew the tomatoes.
Yeah.
We had the
Country.
goat
Mm.
for the milk,
Yeah.
the dairy products there.
Nice.
Yeah.
it. Scale 1 to 10.
What?
Scale 1 to 10.
Can you go to
Like
The
the first
pizza?
pizza. Yeah.
What do you mean?
rate it?
Scale of 1 to 10.
I'm going to go 9.3. The pineapple wouldn't have been my choice, that's all.
Get that bruschetta one there.
But you can definitely tell it's all very fresh.
That one's a 10.
Can you go to DeGrom real fast and see what I was saying?
Sure. Now, DeGrom only started 2014.
What?
But
is this?
over his career,
No.
a 2.51 ERA, 88 wins, 58 losses over 12 years. The problem with that, in my opinion, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those, we'll say 11 because he's in his 12th year. 5 of those 11 years, he was injured. So I get what you're saying, and I agree that his stuff is electric. When he was healthy, like a 1.7 ERA over 32 starts is absurd.
Yeah.
So like at his
That's the second
at his
lowest
peak,
since 1933 or something like that.
yeah, at his peak, you would definitely make the argument for it.
And he was pitching that great still with his haircut.
Oh,
Think about that.
people forget. See, I don't know, and you could push back and say, "Well, that's my argument for Trout," and I was
gonna say it, but it doesn't seem as egregious as this does. The injuries.
yeah, I feel like Trout's sample size is a little bit bigger than 6-7 years.
Right.
So yeah.
Is this one better than the previous pizza?
Good bruschetta?
Think about this question.
This is a good podcast.
What is harder?
That's great.
What is harder to replace? The position players or pitchers? If you go, okay, take so and so out and put so and so in.
I think as a whole, I would say pitchers, but there are some positions I think that would be hard for sure. I don't know. I think pitching. It's harder to find guys that are like the big game pitchers, like how you're saying, like give them the ball and you know what you're gonna get.
And not just for a year, because you brought up what's his face, the ex-Dodger, that he pitched for 3 years as a
Gagne,
closer.
yeah.
Gagne, yeah. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about what would be the criteria for you? At least 10 years of dominance? Because if a guy played 10 years ago, started 10 years ago, and he's dominant, well, so-and-so played 17 years. Well, that's not his fault. He got in the league only 10 years ago, and he's been dominant, like Witt. Okay, you're going to be able to say that in 6 years and go,
Yeah.
okay, this is the guy,
Yeah.
right? But you can't say that right now because it's so small, the sample size. But at 10 years, is that a good number? Can you say it? for 10 years, at least for 10 years, you've been that consistent, then you can go ahead and elevate somebody into this conversation.
I think so.
Or does it have to be 14 years? Does it have to be 15 years?
I think in a game of failure like this, like 10 years is pretty darn impressive.
Yeah.
Especially once you've been around for those first like 2 to 3, and everyone's got a scouting report on everything you've ever done, and they know every weakness, and you still are able to figure out ways to get on base. And
Right.
Yeah.
Now here's the question. Soto, he hasn't been out that long in the league, right? But in that short span, you can argue he's one of the best players. Now defensively, I would not put him in the upper echelon. He's a mid-average type of defensive player, in my humble opinion. But at the plate, he's been, come on.
Yeah. I don't know. It's only 282 career hitters. Not that great.
No, but it isn't. Because you would think in a short span like that,
In
when
today's game,
when you're talked about like he's talked about, you would think that would be over 3 or closer to 3 than that number is.
Yeah, probably. Thank you, sir.
Good job out of you.
All right, CGOC is not listening anymore. We can move on to something else. Oh, one other thing for baseball. Tarek Skubal throws a Maddox. So, yeah, he had a complete game yesterday. 13 strikeouts, like 26 whiffs, which I always think is a funny, like, stat that they track now.
Yeah.
But swings and misses, like, to get guys to swing and miss on your pitch just means your stuff is just nasty. But throwing a Maddox, it's rare.
Hold on.
It's rare
You
nowadays.
you said nasty.
Yeah.
How about, do you do more nasty or more impressive with nasty or the power?
Well, a little bit of both. Because I think it's not as common nowadays for guys to have
Like
both,
to
in
me,
a sense.
people like the power. You're just absolutely overwhelming them. You're coming at 99, 98,
101.
101. Yeah, 101 once in a while. That's phenomenal. But when it is so nasty, where here comes this ball, and all of a sudden it hits a certain spot while it's coming towards home plate, and it disappears.
Yeah, and that's Skubal.
Yes. Asking you,
he throws 101 at the top of the zone, and then he throws a 90-mile-an-hour changeup off of that, and it ends up in the dirt.
What's more impressive to you? I know he has both, but what is the more impressive pitch to you?
I always think the being able to control your off-speed stuff, I think, is
that's what I'm saying.
the
So
biggest
I'm saying
differentiator.
you can rear back and fire. You're a big guy. You can rear back and fire, and you reach 100.
But if you can't throw anything else for strikes, that's the problem with Mason Miller right now. If he's not able to locate his slider and changeup, these guys are good enough to catch up to 102. Like, they're good enough to get on time with one and run into it. Like, and that's what he's getting crushed by right now. So,
which is crazy when you say they're good enough now, because the hitting now is as epically bad as ever in baseball history, right? Because they're all
about athletic.
No, I know what you're saying, but they're so bad compared to pure baseball hitters of my era, if you will, when I played for the Yankees.
The Don Mattingly.
That's right.
The Tony.
That's
Gwynns.
right. Oh yes, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Kirby Puckett. We mentioned him from Minnesota, MVP.
Morneau.
Yeah, these guys are just. Oh, what was his name for?
Mauer.
That was exactly who I was going to say.
Yeah. Ichiro. Oh
Yes.
my gosh.
Yeah. What would they do to the guys now, that don't have the good stuff? And these guys now just try to yank it, launch angle, exit velocity. These guys would bat 500. Of course, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, we were talking about Judge, where he would bat. If I'm not mistaken, he is under 400.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I saw. Yeah, the last I had seen, he was down to like 402.
I think yesterday was 398.
Really?
Yeah.
I was saying that might have been when they played the A's like a week ago. So. But yeah. So yeah, Scooball throws a Maddox. You wanted to poo-poo it because
I'm going to
you
poo-poo
said
because it
back in the
started
day,
in
everybody
2014.
threw a Maddox.
It started in 2014.
Yeah.
Okay, which in itself tells you this is just a made-up piece of crap thing, right? Because nowadays, nobody goes past 5. And if they do, it like literally traffic stops.
Mhm.
Everybody runs to their TVs and go, is he actually throwing in the 6th inning? Oh, my God.
I know that guy. I've met him.
Really?
Shout out Connor Brogdon
Yeah.
from Madtown.
It's funny that he doesn't have a sign saying, I know bench.
No, he wouldn't know me.
Okay. Now, that's nasty.
He just threw 3 of them in a row.
You see where that last pitch at his
Yeah.
back foot,
Yeah.
just dropping there.
Yeah. Good old circle change.
Yeah.
All right. Hero of the week.
Go ahead.
Mine's going to be the Fresno State Diamond Dogs going to the NCAA tournament after winning the Mountain West this
Is
past
this the first
weekend.
time they've been there since Judge thing or no?
No, they
okay.
went last year.
Okay.
So yeah, back-to-back Mountain West
Yeah.
champs. Started off really hot in conference play, petered a bit at the end, but then won out in the tournament.
Do you know
to go.
anybody that's there
Like me
playing?
personally?
Yeah, like no,
Or
like locally that you've seen.
oh yeah,
come-
yeah. Murph Gray, their stud third baseman. He came from Madera South.
Okay.
He's a senior now. Guy in center field, Sky Collins. He's a Buchanan guy. He actually got hurt in their last game, which was pretty awful because they were up like 9-1, and he's sliding into second base and like, when your leg turns into like a putter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what
That's
it was.
never good.
Not good. It was tough.
Wasn't that Cabrera of the Yankees a couple of weeks ago? Sort of like a putter at home plate.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, you don't like to see that.
Caden Munster from Clovis West playing first base for them.
Any of these guys have an opportunity to go to
Go
the
to
next
level.
Yeah.
I think Murph Gray will definitely get drafted. It might be a late round type thing, but he's got solid power numbers. So in the field. He has good times and bad times. Manager had a class with Murph, yeah. So
Okay. Oh, congratulations to the manager. He graduated.
nice.
Finished what he was going to do. Like I said, we're trying to get him on a show, but you're saying that he's ducking because of the food.
Yeah, you have said that as well, yeah.
Yeah. So we're both saying it. Maybe if we can get the youngest to say it also, it would be a trifecta
Maybe
of
yeah.
duckness.
What's up?
Yeah.
So yeah, the Diamond Dogs, they're in the UCLA regional, which starts on I think Friday this week. So
Yeah.
I believe top 2 advance from the regional to go to super regional. So we'll see.
We're rooting.
They're the 4 seed out of those 4, but
That doesn't mean anything.
we've seen it happen
You're
before.
there.
Underdogs
You're
to
there.
underdogs.
That's right.
And they've got 2 stud pitchers that if they can just kind of
Ride
ride
them.
those guys,
Yeah.
they could stay in games and
Okay.
see what happens.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Very excited for them.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
you'll be watching.
That's your hero.
Yeah.
Your hero, youngest?
Mrs. Legend.
Yeah.
Pizza.
I was going to go
That
Mrs.
dinner.
Legend
I would have bet
also.
money on that.
I was going to go Mrs. Legend also, but not for the food. She actually went to the golf
For the
to
dessert she's bringing.
oh my! Yeah,
Oh.
I didn't
Hot
hear
lobby
about that.
cake, man.
Really?
No. God. Sorry.
Have you had it?
No, I was thinking Memorial Day might be like a good strawberry shortcake cheesecake.
No.
type
I
night.
don't want I want the strawberry pie.
Any of them
Wait.
will work.
Yeah.
Strawberry pie?
But
It's just a pie. It's like a pizza pie.
now I gotta just go to In-N-Out.
Oh,
and get
yeah.
some.
The
Oh,
strawberry pizza.
strawberry pizza.
You mean, yeah.
We
yeah.
call it a pie.
Oh, we call it pizza.
Well, pizza
Yeah.
pie. Hey,
Yeah.
yo.
Hey, how you doing?
Coach's heroes are Murph Gray and Jack Anchor. That's one of their 2 stud pitchers for the
Okay.
Dogs.
I'll
Yeah.
talk to her about that strawberry tart, by the way. Just for you.
Yeah, just work it in sometime, you know.
You talking about
It's a good
She has
summer.
Talking
made,
about
she
that
has
one?
made it.
Now what are you talking about? Strawberry shortcake thing?
No, I don't want the. I want the pie.
The pizza?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, that
So,
custard, by the way, on there, too,
Mm.
was like, ooh, you know. Yeah.
But that's the other thing that the manager's supposed to bring us some desserts. Also,
Mm.
Oh.
we're kind of getting screwed by him.
I feel like it's late enough in the evening. It's probably free.
Probably.
Kids down.
Yeah. Go get the.
I don't know what you're waiting for. Lead off walk the judge.
You could stop by and not just.
Did
be
they
on the
show his average?
No,
They did and we didn't see it,
I didn't see it. Your hero legend?
Mine's gonna be the wife I was saying because she went to the club with me
Hmm.
and hung out the entire time. Which this was her idea.
Another time.
Today.
Oh wow.
Yeah, today. I was shocked by it. She actually asked, and I said, "Okay."
You should drive the cart.
Just a couple of times, like bring it around. She didn't want to do it. I'm a little surprised, but she didn't really want to do it.
No.
It was so busy out there, but not busy because they were finishing the
Tournament.
yeah.
That's a cool change up right there. It's a cool change up.
He's actually on fire,
Yeah. So I've heard.
which tells me
Here comes double play.
he will hit an iceberg.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah.
So trade him now.
Oh God, yeah. Get that Ford Pinto right now for him.
The CGOC stuff. You already talked about that earlier.
I did.
Right?
He
Okay.
hates us
Yeah.
so much.
He's not
Huh.
gonna like this too with all
Wow.
the baseball.
Get the third. Get the third.
You know, that's just good hitting right there. Pulling an outside pitch.
Why isn't he on third? You know why he hesitated, thinking it was going to be caught?
Oh yeah.
No.
Look at that. It's good hitting. Don't
What
go,
do you always say?
don't go the other way with
Yeah,
it.
don't. What do you always
Pull
say?
that sucker through the 4-hole.
God, I think he can get there. Ugh.
I don't know about the Armin Wright. I don't know who's out there.
Interesting top 5, by the way. I
Oh,
just
yeah.
noticed it.
Yeah. Came up with it weeks ago.
Yep.
Something tells me that's not true.
Of course it is.
That is correct. NFL. Just a few things to touch on here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
First one, flag football is apparently
2028,
going to
I think.
be
2028.
28.
Yeah.
So not next year.
That's 26. That's 28. I don't know. It's going to be in the next Olympics. 2-ball. Oh, an error. That's
Pro
gonna
flag
hurt.
football?
So, flag football is going to be in the Olympics, and the NFL said that their players can play in it if they want, which to me is hilarious because that would just be so funny seeing like USA against Kazakhstan and like they've got these little dudes running around and you know their get up, they're wearing flip flops, and we've got Justin Jefferson on the
Just
outside,
like-
just you know picking these little guys up,
S-
moving them
with
out
the
of the
flags.
way. But so yeah, NFL players are like okay to do it if they want, but then there's actual like pro flag football players that are saying like, hey, don't forget about us. We could compete with these NFL guys.
Yeah.
So there's like a quarterback who says he wants to try out, or I thought the story was like back
His
when.
name is Daryl Duchette.
Oh, sounds like a Frenchie. He should go play for them. It sounds like when this first all like was in speculation about flag football, I remember there being something where, you know, everyone is saying, "Oh my gosh, the USA is going to have, you know, Mahomes and whoever else," and in this like 2028, okay, this that quarterback guy was like, "Oh no, I'd be better than Mahomes at flag football. Like that's what I play."
Now
and it was
this
like
is
laughable.
okay, but this is the pushback I have on what you're saying.
All right.
Mahomes is a much superior quarterback.
Yeah.
But that's the NFL stuff, right? Now,
What's different? Now there's just no hitting. He doesn't have to worry about getting hit.
well, that's the thing. Now, Mahomes is unbelievably accurate. and tremendously athletic, which is fantastic. This guy is only saying, this is my niche. This is like flag football part. That's my niche. You're a professional football player with the content.
What makes it a niche?
All I'm saying, I don't agree with him. I'm just saying this is what he is trying to explain. So just give me the opportunity to compete. What I'm asking you is, don't you believe he should be given the opportunity since he plays in
think so.
that so-called league?
Oh, yeah,
That's all I'm asking.
He can try out for sure.
That's all I'm
Why
asking.
wouldn't he be given a tryout? Isn't it kind of open tryouts? A brand new sport in the Olympics. I feel like there's not really like a starting spot.
Should we try?
Kind of just whoever wants to.
Okay, so
come out.
there's multiple layers to this.
I get what you're saying though. Like if you got like Mahomes, I'm just throwing out names. Dak Prescott,
Allen.
Allen, and they all say, "Yeah, I want to do it." Would they even give that guy a shot?
Right. And my thing is just give him a shot.
Sure.
You know, let it be open.
Yeah. We'll ignore the fact that he's 5'8".
He didn't look 5'8", but I get the humor in that. It makes me laugh. You know?
I'm just saying there's a reason this guy's not in the NFL.
That's exactly what
Yeah.
I'm saying. There's a reason why you're not playing in the NFL or the UFL or the Canadian League
Yeah.
or anything like that. You're not a professional player.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is, since this is open to U.S.
Yeah.
people, he should be given the opportunity. Thank you for coming out. He has the opportunity to compete against it. And his ego, which is
I would say
fantastic,
Could be a humbling experience. for
which
him.
is fantastic, is I'm as good as you guys in my sport,
Yeah.
in my little niche thing.
Yeah.
You're not going to win it, right?
That's like saying, these Major League Baseball guys are great, but they're opening up T-ball in the Olympics, and I
Right.
can really mash off a tee.
Right.
I could put it
Yeah.
where I want it.
Right.
Coach said open tryouts, question mark? Coach might go try out.
He's 5'2".
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's mean.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
But is it accurate?
It is.
No.
Oh.
He's like 5'11".
4?
Be generous and say 5'3".
Yeah, just keep swinging out of your shoes, for God's sakes. Please.
Yeah, I like it.
Just keep doing it.
You
Don't
can-
put a ball in play.
You can put the nail in the coffin here with the home
Yeah.
run.
Don't put a ball in play and score another run. Don't.
So, yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Pro flag football guy. I'm sorry.
So now here's another question to you. As an NFL owner,
Do you let your guy go do it?
you're
God
talking
forbid
you're
they-
talking about Patrick Mahomes. Let's just say Patrick
Yeah.
Mahomes. Somebody from another country doesn't really know the sport, goes right down towards his knees, and it is over.
Even if it's not like,
No, not intentional.
intentional.
No,
yeah.
not intentional. I'm just saying.
that stuff happens all the time. Incidental like contact.
Yeah.
Two guys going up for a ball. And,
Yeah. I heard Mahomes has it in his contract that he can't go anywhere there are stairs,
Really.
just in case something happens to him. You're talking about Mahomes here.
Yeah. He lives in a
Bubble.
a padded room.
Yes,
yeah.
a bubble. So I just, the fear of that,
Yeah. That'd be tough.
because this is the first time, like NHL's done it, and NBA's done it, Major League Baseball's done it, but you're talking about a
Go
sport.
ball.
That but is known for injuries.
Well, this is flag, but doesn't mean there's not going to be contact.
yeah,
Yeah.
Both guys are going up for a ball.
Yeah.
hitting each other.
mean,
And,
colliding.
any-
honestly, there's more non-contact injuries in football than anything. So
Yeah.
it's just another situation where that could occur.
Why are you putting him in a
Yeah.
situation?
Where he should be in a training camp.
Can you imagine losing one of these guys to a
My gosh.
flag football
Just
tournament?
your $100 million quarterback. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see what happens as that gets closer. The tush push did not get
Approved.
axed.
Yeah. Did not get.
The- the
did not get
removal
the
of it,
removal.
yeah.
Yeah. So again, I keep saying this. This is not a football play. It's not. It's a rugby thing,
Yeah.
and I just don't like it. I guess there was heated arguments during this. There was a lot of tension going on in there, and but
How do you think it was divided? Like teams with good O lines versus teams with bad O lines?
I don't know. I don't know. It just, all I'm saying is, I look at this and Puck pushes back big time on it. He goes, "There's always a scrum, and there's okay, but this is not a football play. You're pushing somebody else. You know, those scrums is the running back's going in there or whatever, and there's a collision, and you're trying to move the line. Well, the whole intention of this is as many people as you can get this guy and just keep shoving him forward.
Yeah. I just want fullbacks back. That's all.
Sure,
What
why
happened to
not?
the fullback
Yeah,
dive?
why not?
What happened to the old getting
Moose?
north and south?
Moose
Yeah.
Johnson,
Allstott.
Yeah. Oh,
You kidding me?
yeah.
It was Lorenzo Neal.
Yeah, that's right.
Sheesh.
Fresno State.
Yeah. Go Dogs.
Come on.
Aaron Rodgers says there's one team that he won't play for.
If
Can
I
guess?
asked you in the NFL,
Packers.
if I asked you in the NFL, what team would he say no to? And it's not the Packers.
It's not the Packers.
Which I thought this was weird. And if you thought about it, it would be an amazing fit because of what
Oh. Vikings?
no, because of what recently just happened.
Steelers?
This is tough.
Cowboys?
That would be great. I would take that 90-year-old.
Uh,
Yes, it was the Saints. You're right.
Oh, the Saints. Yeah, like
you're
I was saying.
Yeah.
Why would he not go to the
He
Saints?
says, I played there a couple of times, and I'm not moving my family there.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Undertones of racism there.
Oh, it was overture.
Coach said, hand me the ball. They'll never catch or see me. I'll pay the French to take him out. I don't know who he's talking about. Maybe Mahomes. Vaughan said, I think there's a rule against aiding guy with ball towards goal line. So they didn't outrule the tush push, but they did in a way?
I don't know what he's talking about.
I don't know.
I'm just flat out telling you that.
The Bills are getting Hard Knocks. I think I saw that correctly the other day. So they're getting the preseason Hard Knocks. We'll get to see our guy Josh Allen on there
Big fan.
with his new wife. And the NFC East is getting the in-season Hard Knocks. They cover a division. Last year was the AFC North, which I thought was entertaining because it was our guy Joey B and Big Eyes Mike Tomlin. Now it's the NFC East.
It's
with
crazy eyes. Thank God he always wears the sunglasses.
your Cowboys.
Yeah, my Cowboys.
Just what they need is more attention. I think they're not even going to show the football team. It'll just be a day in the life of Jerry. Just follow Jerry around. That'll be entertaining.
It will not be.
He'll talk about the good old days of T.O. and Des Bryant. Bless you.
Bless you. No, he wouldn't. He would talk about the good old days of Troy and
Tony
Emmett.
Romo.
Oh boy.
That time where he drafted that guy that was a perfect fit. Oh, wait, that's never happened.
No.
That time where he
Parson.
extended Dak Prescott, that was
bad.
that was a career achievement for him.
Yeah, that was really, the legend hated it.
And then lastly, Jackson
cried.
Dart
So
says too much.
so
What's this about?
so he wore number 3 in college,
Sure.
if I'm not mistaken. So the guy that has it already changed it to, when Russell Wilson came.
Yeah.
And is Russell 2?
I always thought he was 3 with Seattle.
Okay, so 3. So this kid is a 2. So the guy that's a 2,
He
this-
wore 2. Jackson Dart wore 2.
but he's not. He's wearing 6.
With the Giants is what you're saying.
Yes,
Oh.
he's going to
Okay.
wear 6
Oh.
because he doesn't want to pay. The guy already made money off of Wilson.
Nice.
He's asking for
Who's that
money.
guy? Like a
I
punter?
can't remember.
Like
his,
a
no.
punter or
He's
something?
like a DB, I believe.
Oh, okay.
And he doesn't want to pay the amount that this guy's asking for, so he's just gonna. But what a great little gimmick there, Just keep choosing numbers of guys that may be coming, and then you just keep getting wealthy off of that, you know?
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. So he's saying no to it. So,
Deontay Banks, a second-year corner.
yes. So I want to ask you this question. Would you be that superstitious? Well, he isn't, obviously. Would you be that superstitious if you had a number that you started out in junior high, high school, college, and now you wanted it in the pros? Or, you know, pound sand, I don't need that number. See, I think I would be superstitious enough that I would have to get it.
I don't know.
It would mess with my mind.
I guess I don't know if I was ever attached to one. I had numbers I liked, but I never really thought
No,
about
not
them.
liked. I'm talking about you obviously did not wear a specific
I was
number.
never good enough to really claim that the number was worth anything.
Okay, so you didn't specifically grab a number that I have to have this number every time.
No.
Okay.
No.
I'm just wondering because I think I would be that guy.
I mean, I was the low man on the totem pole. I'm on the bench.
Hence,
Not exactly getting the cream of the crop.
gotcha.
They're not saying, hey, bench, what number do you want? It's more like, bench, it's the last number we got.
It's 98.
It was last worn by our team manager
That's right.
38 years ago.
That's right.
Vaha said he made the number great, not the other way around. Respect right there, Vaha. That a boy.
Was he actually talking about you or somebody else?
Oh, no, not me.
Right.
Himself.
Gotcha.
College basketball.
UConn. We're just going to talk about UConn. So they are, I think,
It's not really
preseason
noteworthy.
preseason number one going next year.
It's the expectation.
They
at this
do
point.
have a 7-footer that they have coming in, a lefty,
From Ukraine?
not Ukraine.
Oh, Slovenia?
Yes, and some transfers. And what's his face is coming back.
Caravan. Yeah.
Caravan's coming back. So
Of
they
course.
have them preseason number one, and I think they have St. John's 2.
Ooh.
So this is going to be really interesting.
Creighton's probably top 15.
Sure. This is going to be very, very interesting this year. I like this team right now. What I see, just number-wise, right? Just what I'm seeing. Doesn't mean I'm going to fall in love with them.
Yeah, don't make any predictions. You got.
I will give you the
prediction.
prediction.
No, you got a couple weeks into the season. For
No,
that.
that's what I'm saying. I'm going to say by game 4,
Oh, okay.
I will tell you that they win a championship, go to the championship, go to Final Four, or just the Elite 8. I'll let you know. You know, my word is gospel.
Were you right this past year?
Yeah. I
Because
said
you
that.
said they're
I
like a
said-
Sweet 16.
I said they'll be lucky to get to Sweet 16.
and they got there, right?
Yeah.
And then lost.
Yeah, to eventual champion.
Well,
Yeah.
so basically.
And
they got
by the way,
second.
By the way, that's a game they had won. And they pissed it away. I think Randy's were officiating the game.
Ah,
Oh,
freaking
boy, what did I say?
Yankees, man.
Come on.
Had to be them.
Can I do this before you get to this?
Yeah.
So it was a show growing up. And one of my closest friends nicknamed him right when I met him as Norm. So George Wendt, who played Norm Peterson in Cheers, he passed away, and he was quite young, 76 if
Yeah.
I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you consider
A lot of alcohol.
What?
A lot of alcohol.
No, none.
I think it had to do with his weight.
The show
Yeah,
he drank all the time.
Yeah,
on
it
the
was
show.
fake.
It was apple
Yeah, it was
juice.
fake.
Fake?
Yeah. So
Apple juice. He would have been peeing all the time.
So he actually said in an interview that was warm. It was a concoction. It was warm. And he said, if you always look at me, I just kind of sip it. In the beginning, the first couple of years, because I really wanted his job, I was chugging it down. But the further it was getting along and I was a mainstay, you can just see me kind of sipping on it
Yeah.
because it was terrible, he said, whatever the concoction was. But I was a big fan of, and what's funny is the guy that I nicknamed Norm, on the day he passed away, calls me. He lives in Northern California. He calls me, and he's like, "Legend." I said, "I knew I'd get a call from you." And but great character, one of the greatest characters. Like when he would walk into the bar, they would say Norm, and then they would ask a question like, "How's the world treating you?" And one of his responses is like, "A baby treats its diaper," and then they would say, "Hey Norm, what are you up to?" And then his response was, "My ideal weight if I was 11 feet tall." It just always had a quick response to stuff, and it was the character was fantastic.
Outside of Sam and Diane, he was the best. Coach. That's right.
There's
a
so
lot,
many.
yeah.
There's so many.
But
that
I
are
loved
great.
I loved Norm. He was great. So
Yeah. So very sad. But go ahead. I'm sorry. I digress.
I had that under movie time, but he jumped ahead. So.
My apologies.
No, you're fine. Hate bracket.
Yes.
On to the next round.
Yes.
I have not been following this.
Thanks for
nothing.
playing.
I feel bad.
Thanks for nothing.
I actually do. I'm sorry.
Con Dog's the only one really been holding this down. I think he might have voted all 3 times.
Not Vaha?
I think Vaha did.
Okay. Here we go.
So we're on the round of Shite 16. This is to advance to the Evil 8. That was the best I could come up with.
Yeah, these are good names. This is pretty funny.
Doing my best.
Yeah,
That's
you're
not
doing a
bad.
great job.
The Evil 8. So a lot at stake here. And some powerhouse matchups, some Cinderella matchups.
It's coming down to the wire.
Yep. It's the best of the best.
You know what sucks for me?
The
my
best
memory.
of the
My
best.
memory.
Your memory.
Like, because again, it's so far away from this.
Yeah.
At that time, I hated somebody so much,
Could be.
and did it lessen? Did I hate the other? Am I hating the other one even more now? Type of
Maybe.
deal. So we'll find out.
We've got a lot of people.
So the upper left bracket,
Yes.
the 16th seed Richard Dick Maddow against the 13th seed
Richard
Irvin
Dick
Johnson. 2 out of 3 of our voters are taking Richard Dick Maddow to move on to the next round. Who'd you have, Legend?
I'm gonna say Richard, but I hate Irvin so much that it was Irvin.
You got Irvin Johnson going on
Yeah.
to the
I
Evil
literally,
Eight.
I literally had a
Yeah.
feeling. I was like,
Yeah.
we had a conversation.
I know the seeds say different, but that's an upset, I think, because Dick Maddow.
That's what he wrote?
I
He wrote Irvin.
Hey.
He only writes Irvin. He won't acknowledge Magic.
who's Magic?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I said I had a feeling he went with him.
So
'cause the
Irvin on to
conversation
the
we had.
Evil 8 in the other matchup here. The 14th seed, very underseeded, Nancy Pelosi against
Yeah.
the 2 seed, properly seeded, Coach K.
Yeah.
2 out of 3 votes going for Nancy on this one. Who did you have?
I'm gonna say I had Coach K.
You did have Coach K.
Yeah.
You're surprising our voters here.
Yeah, the
They were
biblical.
going a
What?
little political, and now
No,
we've
they-
kind
I
of
understand
gone
that.
back to
I
sports.
think at the time, because politics was so, I think my disdain for them is so high. But you got to understand, 30-something years of biblical hatred of this Krzyzewski clown.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Yeah, I digress.
Yeah. Just Duke as a whole.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
I
On
think they
to
actually.
the-
I
yeah,
think they actually won the recruiting class this year.
Duke.
Yeah, they won't win sniff a championship, but they won
Coach
the
K is
recruiting.
doing stuff under the table. We need
Of
to
course
check
he
on
is.
that.
Yeah.
I was shocked if this one's wrong.
Let's see here. Lower left bracket. You've got another Cinderella 16 seed Keith Olbermann against the 12 seed Joe Montaigne.
Now here's the thing here.
100% of our voters going with Olbermann.
Yeah, here's the thing here. I hate both of them equally, the hatred, but it's for different reasons.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So when this came up, like, what do you do here? Because when you pick one, I feel as though I slighted myself by letting the other one off the hook. If I pick the other one, I feel the same way. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So it was almost a coin flip here, just like whatever lands. But if I'm not mistaken, if I go by memory here, it was Keith Olbermann.
Yep. Olbermann definitely. Yeah. Olbermann moving on to the Evil 8 voters. Good for you guys. Got back on track there.
Yeah.
Another absolute banger. A 7 seed, Phil Jackson against
hate him.
the 14 seed, Bob Costas.
Hate him.
Mr. Pink Eye.
Yeah.
All of our voters going with Phil Jackson on this one here. Do you remember who you had, Legend?
I don't remember who I have, but I'm just going to go by my hatred at the moment.
Okay.
Okay, let's see if I'm right. Phil Jackson, he's such a everybody listen to me talk because I'm smarter than you. Okay? The other little dwarf there, the problem with him, that little SOB, Costas,
Yeah.
he's telling you how you should think.
Okay.
So it's Costas.
That would be correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. How the hell does that work?
A good matchup there in the Evil Eight, Olbermann and Costas.
That's brutal.
A couple of tiny men who
Yeah.
don't know how to act.
Well, Oberman is tall.
Yeah, but he's a tiny man.
Oh, tiny, yeah.
Maybe not in stature.
Yeah, I was just going stature.
All
Was
right.
He is a pretty tall dude.
Down
tiny,
there?
tiny man. All right, moving to the upper right. A matchup from Boston. Big Poppy, a.k.a. Fat Sloppy,
Yeah, I
The
don't know why you
5
keep
seed
saying
going against the 9 seed Boston Bruins, and he hates the Bruins.
I don't know if you know this. I hate the Bruins.
I think the
2
voters
out
went
of
right on
3
this.
voters
Yeah.
going for the Bruins. Do you remember who you had?
Oh, I don't even. The Fat Sloppy to me is one of the biggest comedy BSs in the history of baseball. They allowed this guy to get away with what he got away with. It's just disgusting to me.
What was it, drugs?
However, I've hated the Bruins since 1967.
That runs pretty deep.
Bruins.
Yep, Bruins are moving on.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Vaha said, just that the sports people just hurt the legend, the political clowns hurt me. That's how I would look to vote. Oh, okay. Next matchup in the
Jesus Christ.
upper right. The 3 seed, the San Francisco Giants announcers against the 7 seed MSNBC. All 3 voters going with MSNBC.
I think he said it. I think he
Now,
put
here's
announcers.
Here's the thing. The announcers, they're going to die soon. So
Oh,
I don't
never
have to
mind.
worry about them anymore.
Wow.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
MSNBC, they will continue to be morons. I'm going to go MSNBC.
You took the Giants announcers.
I knew it.
Unbelievable.
I said it. I knew it. I knew it. I said
Unbelievable.
it. I said it.
Man.
That's crazy.
They must have pissed me off that day.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I think it was before baseball season. It must have been Haas in the room or something.
Oh, I hate Haas.
Lower right bracket.
Yeah.
This is a good one.
Yeah, this is a great matchup.
Couple of Cinderellas again. There's a lot of deep runs
Yeah.
made. The 16th seed Obama
This is ridiculous.
against the 12 seed Popovich. Coach
Yeah,
Pop.
you can get 2 people that if they never, ever were on this planet, I would not miss them. And here's those 2 people.
How about that, folks?
Do you understand that?
All 3 of our
How
voters
about that,
going with
folks?
Obama.
I'm going to go Obama on this.
Yes, Obama's
Yeah.
moving on to
I
the
hate
evil
him.
8.
Yeah, I hate
So
him.
I've heard.
No.
The last matchup of the Shite 16.
Oh.
Good old Terry O'Reilly
Yeah.
against Coach Cal.
Yeah,
An
it's Coach Cal.
11-10 matchup.
It's Coach Cal.
Coach Cal is
Yeah.
moving on.
Oh.
Yeah.
Man, the college coaches making some runs here.
Yeah, I hate them.
Cal, K.
Yeah, I hate them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go, folks.
Yeah.
The Evil 8 is set.
This is such a great game.
So to recap really quick. Irvin Johnson against Coach K. Keith Olbermann against Bob Costas. The Boston Bruins against the Giants announcers. And Obama
you know who's
against
winning on that
Coach
one.
Cal.
Oof.
I think that last one's going to be tough for you.
Well, every one of
Or
them are
you,
going to be
yeah.
tough.
Yeah.
Every one is a
It's
nail
getting down to
biter.
the nitty-gritty.
I'm
Yeah,
saying
it's a nail
I'm saying
biter.
you're going to go Coach Cal.
Oh, we're going to have to wait a week and
Yeah.
find out.
I think you're going Coach Cal on that one, and you're definitely going Bruins against the announcers. I already know that.
Well, you don't know anything.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
you
know
don't-
that.
You don't know.
No.
him.
You might go Olbermann too over.
What do you
Costa.
live with him?
I mean, More like
So yeah,
tolerate.
I'll be sure to update the hate bracket, the voting form, all that stuff. Get it posted on our Twitter, just like before. So
Yep.
should be super easy
Yeah.
to find. If only the listeners would go vote.
Go vote.
Go vote.
Do it.
It's your civic duty
Come on.
as a listener to the show.
It's
Go on
Memorial
out
Day.
there and vote for what you think is best, but we all know what is best.
What's that?
The inaugural hate bracket is quite possibly the best thing in Balls Out history.
We do have to credit CGOC for this.
CGOC, what a great man.
I know whose wife would have voted for him. What's up? Movie time. Youngest, what do you got?
Start with these to get out of the way. Rewatching Star Wars with Mrs. Legend.
Nice. So, always a solid choice.
Yeah, because I saw a clip of from Rogue One, Darth Vader, the hallway scene. I was like, yeah, I gotta rewatch this,
Yeah.
and it is a lot better from what I remember. I remember really enjoying it, but I was like, damn, this is a really great movie. And then we watched A New Hope yesterday. We're on Empire Strikes Back.
Oh,
Just-
so you're going through chronological.
Oh yeah, because I recently saw Revenge of the Sith in the theaters when it came back, so I was like, I won't start the prequels. I'll do that
was a
one too.
big
New Hope.
miss.
Yeah,
That was a big miss by me not going to that.
so much fun.
Yeah.
So much fun.
Big miss.
But very, like even though I wasn't in that time, it just watching those movies has such a nostalgic feel, regardless.
Yeah.
The other one was not really a horror. I mean, it's a horror movie, but the Final Destination movie, that new one that came out.
You saw that?
I did because I was invited
I
by.
would never.
I was invited by a great buddy of mine, and I've also become acquainted with his friend, and he got us tickets to 4DX to go see it. A lot of fun, actually.
4DX?
Yeah, the seats moved.
Never been there.
Legend would hate it because there's a tall
I think
tower.
I would hate it too.
There's a tall tower, right? And the seat, when like one of the characters look at the seat moved, and I actually felt my stomach like move, and I was like, I hate this. This is horrible.
They were showing. What's his name?
The Luke Weaver guys were pretty
Oh,
good.
he's not bad. What's his name? Joe Rogan.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He was showing a clip of this guy. It's a skyscraper, and they're building it.
Why is Weaver coming in a 4-run game?
Maybe he hasn't pitched in a while.
He's pitched 5 out of the last 7 days, it says.
Doesn't make sense. Oh, you know why? Because probably they don't trust
Anybody?
anybody.
4 runs?
Who was it? Leiter in last?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Williams nowhere to be seen.
Dead.
Dead.
So they're showing him, and you know how they have the metal structure, while they're building this. The guy moves off of this thing, is hanging and moving over, pulls himself up,
Mm-hmm.
stands on top of this, and then it's like a 2x4 thing. He's walking across from one side to the other. There is no harness on him. There's nothing. He's just going to go. And I'm about to pee in my pants. This is from like the 1960s.
Wow.
Can you just imagine?
Isn't
I
there a
mean-
movie off of that? Guy walked between the two towers.
That was something else. He was just a.
Oh, this isn't related. Oh, okay.
No, this is a construction worker,
Mm.
and I'm
Wow.
peeing myself.
Mm.
That was a dude.
No.
That guy was a dude.
Who?
The guy I was
Yeah,
just
that
talking about in that
walked.
video.
Walked back and
Oh,
forth.
okay.
Pulls himself up on a beam. How many stories up?
23.
40.
I couldn't do that from standing on the floor onto my bed
True.
without peeing on myself. And this guy's doing this. 70, 80 stories up there.
Vaha said it's the big, beautiful vote.
That's right.
It's the big, beautiful vote.
Any other movie time?
Last of Us. So, what did I talk about? I don't know. The season's done. This is the best way I can explain it.
Darn it.
This is the best way I can
I'm
explain
going
it.
to miss it.
Very minimal. Hey, that was good. A lot of that was stupid. I want to say the R word, but I can't do that on here. But
No, you can.
can I actually?
Yeah,
I don't want you to.
No,
but
he doesn't want me to. I can't do it.
retarded.
I'll say it up. There you go. Thank you. Very much so. And it was kind of just a lot of like I'm not even kidding. I had to pause a bunch of times and just say out loud, "What are we doing here?"
Just a heavy sigh. Just,
Yeah, it's like
I'm really,
Like, why are
really
we doing
curious
this?
what Miyagi thinks.
I'm very curious on his, because it blew me away that
I don't
he
think
on.
it's good.
Oh no, but on episode 4 for him to say, "I think I'm done." that
So
blew
there
me
is
away.
a season 3.
There'll be a season 3, and it sounds like a season 4. And
So I
it's
mean,
like,
it's in the books.
oh yeah, unless
Wow.
this coming
But
the
my
next season.
thinking is that the hype of season 1 got them to think, oh, we're good. Like, there's enough of a following. We can book this 3-4 seasons out.
yeah,
And then I'm wondering the way season 2 went, if they're maybe backtracking a little bit and be like,
Well,
See-
I'm curious. I'm curious after his death and all of the lesbian stuff going on. How much of a drop off in
a lot.
viewership? No, a lot doesn't do it for me. What I'm saying is, was it half the audience? Was it 3/4 of the audience? Was it a quarter of the audience?
No.
What was the percentage of drop off? That's it. We're not watching this anymore. Because a lot of people that I've heard from about this is they're done.
Yeah.
They didn't after he died, and then all this BS.
Yeah.
They said that's it. I'm done. So they didn't finish it, and neither did we.
Yeah.
And it's not even just that, because in the game, of course, Ellie is a lesbian, but that's not even the main problem. It's like, one, how forced it was, and two, how what just happened.
No, go ahead.
Well, I was just saying, I was watching it too. What just happened?
Robot umps.
The other problem was it's the writing. Like, I don't know if you saw it. It was on episode 4. She finds out Dina, her girlfriend, is pregnant. And mind you, she's supposed to be
Is that the
set
one
on.
she says, I'm going to be a dad?
Yes.
That's the weirdest thing.
I want to be away.
She says, "I'm gonna be a dad."
Who says this?
Ellie, our main character now. Yeah. And the problem is, in the game, she literally lashes out at Dina and is like, "Why would you tell me this? Now I have to worry about you. You're a burden." Because she's so set on revenge. In the show, it's like, "Oh yeah, that guy died. That's right. I'm supposed to be doing this."
What's the dumbest line we can think of?
Yeah, what's the dumb? Yeah, and the guy who wrote the first season and that show Chernobyl, he said, "Yeah, I came up with that." And Bella was like, "Oh yeah, I have to do that." And I'm like, "Oh, so we're just autistic here."
Whoa.
I mean, but that's like, it. Really is. It's just what I claim they should have done is, number one, rewrite the whole season. Number two, they should have had a 13 or 14 episode run, because I think with how this last episode should have ended off, they should have done a thing where they said,
Can I ask a question?
"Go ahead."
Thank you. Who said it had to be?
7 episodes.
Who said it had to be like the video game? Exactly.
All the fans.
It's a tough line.
Because the reason why I'm saying this, if you look at the movie The Shining,
That's true. And
Stephen King
hates that.
Stephen King says this is nothing like the book I wrote. Okay, but the movie was spectacular.
Yeah.
Okay, you can read the book and watch the movie and go nothing like the book, but it was really, really good.
maybe you're making the point then. Maybe
What?
people wouldn't be such sticklers on it's exactly like the game if it was actually good.
That's exactly what I'm saying. You didn't have to kill.
Like, I don't think Miyagi would be so mad if the show was still good, even if it
Let me ask
strayed
Exactly.
away
Like
a
if the
little bit.
the writing. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Let me
That's
ask
the
this
main
question.
problem.
Let me ask this question. What was that guy's name? Joel?
Joel. Yeah.
Joel.
Joel. Sorry, I was
So how would it be bad? How would it be bad if they got him, they're beating him, and all of a sudden the cavalry arrives? He is hurt really, really bad. He's close to death, but he doesn't die. These people escape. Now it is the thing of getting him healthy, and then if you want,
Ellie, go after them.
still holds this grudge and singly goes out and gets him.
Yeah.
It's not the way the video game went, but you're going to keep an audience that way.
People also
Maybe.
thought, what if they did a thing where, because it was supposed to be him and Tommy that get held up, not him and Dina in the show, but people were saying, what if they mistaken Tommy as him and killed Tommy? Then that would give motivation for both Joel and Ellie to go after them. Which then, because in the game and show they had beef, and then through this journey they
Who's
learned-
Tommy?
His brother, Joel's
Who's
brother.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't care. kill anybody else but this dude. Is
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know?
It's just I think for one this season should have had a longer run, and like how this recent episode ended, it should have been they announced like, hey, there will be a mid-season break, and like a few months later the next episode's come out. Because I'm gonna say it right now for you guys, because you're probably not gonna continue. This season was all about Ellie. For game people, we know it, but it hints at the audience. The entire next season is going to be all about Abby, the girl who killed Joel. And it's like, for video game people, you don't have a problem because you could just go straight through and play the game and you find out. For show watchers, that's super frustrating because it's like, why am I going to care about this character who killed one of my favorite characters, and we're going to dedicate a whole season to this character?
Yeah, but I'm not because I'm done.
No, yeah, you're not going to watch. But my point is, like,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
others who have
Yeah,
the
it's
same
over.
reaction.
It's over, Johnny. It's over.
Because I just think it was the worst decision to have to make people wait, what, now a year and a half or 2 for this next season to come out, for it to not even progress the story really on the one we care about. That's where the biggest issue comes from, where I'm like, you should have just done it where it was one big season.
Maybe they had a different script, and then Pedro Pascal got the Fantastic Four gig, and then they're like, oh, no, we got to write him out.
I don't know. I mean, he was in...
Fantastic Four gig.
Yeah, he's gonna be-
Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah,
What is Mr.
the
Fantastic?
guy that can
Yeah,
stretch.
from the Fantastic Four.
The
I
guy
don't
that
know
can,
what that
the
is.
guy that can
Mr.
stretch.
Fantastic.
Stop saying that.
You can keep saying it, but I don't know what you're saying.
The guy who stretches, he could stretch his limbs
It's
and
one
arms.
Of one of the Marvel.
Oh, that seems silly.
Okay, well, everything seems silly to you when it's not Superman.
Miscommunication there. The middle infield thing, and that run doesn't matter. And Wells thinking that goes on me and my stolen base percentage.
Oh, and last thing, I haven't watched it yet, but I can't wait to, and I told Legend about it. I got One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest with Jack Nicholson. Heard it's a great movie, and I can't wait to watch it, because, I mean, I don't know, I like Jack Nicholson, even though Legend says he's a liberal, but, you know, separate the real world from the art, you know.
Liberal.
And I gotta watch,
Liberal
and I gotta
sissy.
watch Chinatown.
Why do you want? I thought you already saw that movie.
No, French Connection. That's what you're probably thinking of.
No, that's not it.
Should still watch that, by the way.
I saw Chinatown back in college.
Did you actually?
Yeah, it was one of
Oh.
my film class movies we had to watch.
Now let's hear your movie time, Ben.
Even the game couldn't get a lot of sympathy for Abby.
yeah,
Miyagi talked a lot about how her character seems very different in the show, but
very number one in physique, and
Yeah.
number two.
Okay, but you guys are going physique. Now, could it be the gal from Deadpool that played?
That's what even Mrs. Legend mentioned. They
Would
could have
that
done.
be the one that you guys want for physique?
If she wasn't, if
Oh,
if
that
she
one.
isn't as old as she is now, it could have worked. But like, yeah, that type of physique, that's what we're talking about. Because there's a moment in the second game as well. Again, I'm not to your point. They don't have to go everything with the game, but there's a character when Ellie's asking where is Abby. He's like, "You looking for a girl? Ponytail, blonde, arms like mine," and he's jacked. So it's like, you can't really recreate that. But again, to Legend's point, which I never thought of, you don't have to recreate everything because they didn't do that in the first season either. I mean,
Gina Carano, that's her name.
Yep.
yeah.
That's what I was thinking of.
Yep.
My movie time, nothing I've really watched recently, but
Bake Off?
that F1 movie that's coming out, definitely
Yeah.
want to see that.
Okay, but why?
It just looks
It looks
really,
really
good.
good.
And then Brad Pitt,
Oh,
it
yeah.
gives me Moneyball vibes. Like,
Right.
man,
That was a
it's gonna
great
be
movie.
A good movie.
That was a great movie.
Yeah, I watched that again on the playoff bus ride the other day. It was nice. And then Tires season 2, Shane Gillis's show on Netflix.
I tried.
It looks hilarious for season 2 also. So
Did you like the first season?
Yeah.
I like Shane Gillis a lot.
There's
too.
not much of a point, but
It's just dry
some of
humor.
the bits in there were pretty darn funny, I think.
Okay. Well, I think the
and
guy.
I think season 2 he'll be able to loosen it up a little bit. So
I think the guy who, like, his sidekick or whatever in there was part of the skit with, like, have you seen it with the planes going down or whatever? He says he
Yes.
can't. And he goes,
so that guy,
does your dad know you do this?
that the other guy with him in that show is actually like the dude that writes all the stuff.
Oh, was
So-
it? But was he part of that skit? Am I right? Is he the same guy that was in that airplane skit where
Yes.
he says to him, "Does your dad know you do this?"
They've had like a YouTube channel
Okay.
for years. It's called Gilly and Keeves.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's Gillis and
I think that's my favorite.
McKeever.
I think that's my favorite
But
line
yeah.
from that skit.
No,
the way he
that
said it
skit
was
is
genius.
hysterical.
It's so good.
Oh yeah, maybe it's because you don't take care of your body. That's why the seatbelt's not fitting very well. He's like, "Are you a psycho?"
It's just this delivery of that. Does your dad know you do? I gotta show Legend it. I can't believe I have it. It is so hysterical.
This plane's going down. If you want to take any time to call your loved ones, now's the time.
Yeah, I'll be down there in about 5 minutes.
Yeah, is this Craig's auto body? Be down there about 50 minutes. I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you. It's a classic shit.
I gotta show
But
him after.
anyways,
It's so
yeah,
funny.
Tire season 2. It looks good. It comes out June 5th. So if you they're short episodes. Netflix, good stuff.
Have you heard of that new Dwayne Johnson movie that's coming out too for A24? That
Something where he's like a UFC fighter or something.
I'm not gonna lie, it actually looks really good.
I'm not a big fan of The Rock, but
I'm not either,
because
but
he's just not a good actor.
but that movie, I'm gonna go see it. I'm interested.
I've been a fan of A24 films
very
in general.
much, yeah.
The one that I want to see too that I haven't seen is Friendship with Tim Robinson and Paul
Oh
Rudd.
yeah, I can't
It
believe I never heard about that
just-
until recently.
I don't know when it was coming into theaters. It was in select theaters for a bit, and then it was going to all theaters. But yeah, I want to see that. I bet it's hilarious.
I heard it
because
was funny.
Tim Robinson, if you don't know about him, I Think You Should Leave is his show on Netflix. It's very cult comedy-esque where like you watch it the first time through and you're like, yeah, there were some funny things. You watch it a second time through, you're like, all right, I'm starting to get his sense of humor. You watch it like a third time through, you're like, okay, this guy's freaking hilarious.
Okay.
And that's where I'm at, where I will turn on an episode at any time if I need to laugh, because there's certain skits on there that just kill me. Like he's so good at being like, he's acting like 100% serious, but it's about the dumbest thing, and like just the way he's
The one
hilarious.
I've
Who is
seen.
this? I'm not.
Tim Robinson, he was on SNL for a bit, and then he kind of broke off and did his own thing, and
Yeah.
like had a show on FX called Detroiters, which is pretty funny too, and then did this Netflix thing. I think it's called I Think You Should Leave. Now he has a movie out, so he's another one of those guys that writes a lot of stuff, and it's a different sense of humor, but it's my sense of
Okay.
The
humor.
clip I've seen from him that got me, that made me laugh, was, I don't know if it's from that Netflix one, but he's talking to his dad or something like that. He's like, "Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes.
sir. Yes, sir." And then he's like,
Affirmative.
and then he goes, "I love you." He's like, and then he's just like mouthing. He's like, "Say it back, say it back." He hangs up, and I was like, That's
I'll
funny.
show you where that's from.
Okay.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, I was like, that's pretty funny.
I just watched that the other day. Go for it, Les.
Okay, so doing a shrinking with Jason Segel.
And Han Solo.
Yeah,
I've heard it's really good.
I
The stuff I've seen.
I actually told the wife, like, what's his name again?
Jason Segel.
No,
No, Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
His character and the way they have him is annoying as hell.
And it seemed like it, from what I've seen,
it's really bugging me.
which is sad.
What is going on?
I was
here?
gonna say, what's going on?
What
there?
is going on right here with this mic?
Losing it.
Somebody
What
fix
in the
this
world?
right now. I want this thing fixed right now. I'm gonna start yelling.
We'll be filling in on dead air here, folks, while Legend gets his stuff together.
I'm okay with the show. He has a daughter, Jason Segel, in this, and you know the mother, Segel's wife, passes away, and you never meet her. You just see a little glimpse of her, you know. But the daughter, high school kid, the way she talks to the father, well, it's impossible. Like there's no father on the planet that would allow that kind of conversation, you know. So that bothers the snot out of me.
I heard like one line from her, and I was like, "Oh, yeah, that's not believable." Like I was like, "That's not believable."
It's watchable, but this is the thing I want to talk about. So there was a movie about 4 years ago, whatever it was. It was called Nobody. It's coming out with the second one right now.
Have you seen the trailer?
I have seen the show. I'm so looking forward to this. So looking forward to this.
I can't wait.
It is a can't wait situation here. So
This
that
just looks like the first one, but 10 times more and just so much fun.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. So that's it for movie time for me.
Yeah, not a lot.
I feel like we ended on a good note, and I don't like this top 5. I think it's going to kill the vibe.
No, I like it. The youngest obviously can't do it. If you can repeat
No.
what the top 5 is.
Top 5 things that are tough to see your kids go through.
I've
Okay.
thought a couple like for future.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Like the one I could think of is like a really like bad like a very severe injury kind
Right,
of
of
thing.
course.
I
Go
would
on.
say, and then
Mhm.
another one not like super tough, but just more in the sense of like relatableness. Like they go through their first heartbreak and it's like
Gotcha.
rough for them.
Okay.
I would say, but that's pretty much about it for
Okay.
me.
Yeah, for me, anytime they're sick, I can't stand it because either one of two things. One, they don't know like how to necessarily help themselves, and then they also like won't listen to me and when I'm trying to help them.
Well, really, I don't blame them for not listening to you. I wouldn't
Yeah.
listen to you. Their mother, yes. You,
A lot
not
of bad
so
advice.
but like for instance, and I guess it's not really a sickness. This would probably fall under the second one, which would be like injuries, like you're saying. But like, you know, daughter gets like a paper cut or something on her finger, or you know, scratches or whatever, and I say, you know, I can't do a whole lot to help you other than if I put a Band-Aid on with some ointment, it'll help heal it quicker. And she says, no, I don't want it. And I'm like, all right, well,
Well,
Good
for
luck.
you.
what do I know?
Good for you to
You
hang
know
in
what?
there.
Hey, here's a lemon. Why don't you squeeze into this thing?
We do better.
Number 3, definitely going to be like, yeah, the relationship stuff.
Yeah.
That's going to suck, especially being a father
Of girls. Yeah.
Because the most you could do.
hard to avoid a murder. Just because they're the sweet little angel and they'll never do anything wrong.
Never, ever. Why would they?
So not true,
Never.
but go ahead.
Um, 4, I think, for me is gonna be like, it honestly might just be the whole like growing up, like maturity phase of their life, from the sense of like me being a guy. I don't know. That'll just come with time, I'm sure. But like finding my place in that is like,
Just seeing them grow up.
how much do I like try and, you know, discuss and talk with them? How much of it is their mother? The
Wait a minute, what
balance
age are you talking about?
like teenage years, like
oh,
kind of
I thought you meant grown up. I'm sorry. I thought you meant
Oh,
like
no,
when
he's
they're
like going through
out
the
of the
like
years.
that,
house.
Yeah.
no,
Okay.
like that
Progressing.
process
You
of it.
can't talk to them. That's a mother thing because they're
yeah,
girls.
That's
If
just,
they're boys, that's a different story.
yeah, I feel like that'll be tough for me because I feel like I usually give pretty good advice. Wouldn't
Mm,
you agree?
Said nobody
Oh,
about
okay.
you.
The only thing probably is the Taco Bell. What did you tell me? It was the Baja Blast, I think. Is that what you told me to try? You told me to try something. Oh no, the cheesy gordita
Gordita
crunch.
crunch,
That's
yeah.
it. Yeah, that I will still claim to
It's
this day
goated.
as one of the best things you've told me to. Good advice.
And then tough to so I want to be clear on this. Tough to see my kids go through. I think like seeing them go through challenging things is tough, but I know that it's necessary. So it's like yeah, it sucks to see them maybe
Like
like
bittersweet?
struggle with something, or like, you know, get frustrated at things, but you can't go in and just do it for them. Like there's a purpose behind it.
Okay, I'm
And
gonna have
so, yeah.
different things because I've experienced it.
Yeah.
You're just doing it, and he's not even close.
No.
So
I just have two that I would think for the future.
here's like number one, the sickness part. That's totally true.
Yeah.
It is you would beg, give it to me, just leave them alone. It's not just sickness. It could be a broken bone. It could be,
The injuries.
you know, whatever. It's hard to deal with. I'm going to encompass all that together. Okay. This is going to be some weird stuff. So like when they go through elementary school, it's no big deal. Get to 6th grade, it's no big. Well, then to transferring into a junior high, it is a tough thing to now send your kid to a campus because they go from one room to another, then to another, and it's you guys are outdoors here in Connecticut. It was all enclosed in one building. It was a high school,
Yeah.
right? So worrying about them on a school bus, worrying about them first day of school, how they're going to be, are they going to get picked on, are they going to be the bullies, these are things that you never thought you'd think of, but all of a sudden they get to a certain age and you're like, holy smokes, what's the dynamics here, right? Another one would be you watch him at sports. Let's just say it's baseball or softball. There's 2 outs. There's a guy on third base or a gal on third base. They're up to the plate. Or they're the pitcher. Or they're at third base. Or what? What you're afraid of is that failure, right? In a sport that is nothing but failing.
Yeah.
But the last failing is the most important failing for a team thing, right? So they struck out, they grounded out, they flew out. They bobbled the ball. They threw the pitch that was hit over the fence, whatever the situation. These are things like you are literally dying while watching it. You don't understand it yet. It is so hard to watch it.
I feel that way with my players right now, and so I can't even imagine.
If your own child.
Your own child.
Oh, boy. It is nuts. Another thing it's hard to, what is tough to see your kids go through? It's the whole thing about relationships, right? Some of them you're looking at and you go, I want him or her out of this now, but I can't get involved. Now, trust me, you know me. I will get involved if it's a situation where
it warrants
they'll get harmed, right? But I'm just saying this person's not the right person. Not for my kid.
Yeah.
You know, so it's hard because you step over that line, you will push them further to that person, closer to that person, I should say. So it's a tough stuff thing. Now, I've gone through that. Now, she has told me you need to stay out of it, and I'm like, I'm really worried that we're going to end up having to kill someone and bury them because I can't have this, you know? So I said, I don't know how much time you want me to let this go, but, you know.
Then your daughter met Puck, and you were like, well, he's a grizzly bear. I can't kill him. It's going to have to work.
Somebody bring me the elephant gun and like 100 men.
Like that
and
guy.
like 100 men.
All the harpoons you can find.
That guy will stop the gorilla on his own. That's what's happening.
Here's another thing, and you will know this, and I'm not going to say much more than this, but you will know this. It's about illness, but when it is not a cough or you have the flu or a cold, it is what I've experienced. And when you have zero control, because you know me, I have to have control because I think I can fix everything. Well, in all three, I couldn't do anything. I had to be on the sidelines. I'm going to tell you, son, right now, if you're not religious before,
you start becoming at that moment.
You're unbelievably religious at that time.
Yeah.
And the stuff that I went through with all three of them, I don't wish upon anybody on health-wise. And knock on wood, all three of them are good. But that kind of stuff there, it is brutal.
Yeah.
Brutal. You're right. This did bring it down.
I tried to tell you.
Well, I got you right here. This is good news. 14 views total right there.
How about that?
It's pretty good.
But yeah, I'm. It's tough.
Yeah. I believe it.
Yeah, that's actually a good one. I'll tack that onto mine just because of personal experience. What I think I know what he's mentioning through even me. I wouldn't want that for my kid. That would just be rough because like as he said, you can't do anything. You have to leave it in the hands of others.
Well,
Unfortunately.
Give it to God.
on two of them,
Just like the Wheel of Doom.
I had to press the issue, and I was right,
Yeah.
and that pissed me off.
I'll try and lighten the mood.
Yeah.
Were you like this to the doctor? You were like,
I'll murder your family. I thought you would do the Tropic Thunder.
Hold
one.
on a second. No.
Oh.
But I was this. Oh. I was this with that one. And I said, you're going to do this again. And the guy, the guy looks at me and I said, you're going to do this again right now. And there was a situation where somebody new came in and said something, and
He understood the message. after
then
that.
something was given to the person. Looked at me and said, "I am so sorry. We'll do whatever you want right now." I said, "Yes."
Baja said on a lighter note, seems Bench gives good Taco Bell advice.
Very true.
That is true.
Cheesy gordita. God, I should get that. I haven't had Taco Bell in a minute.
Nobody knows it better.
Nobody knows it better
Have
than
you done
Bench.
Have you done
The
the?
Nuggets? No.
Neither have I.
Neither have I. Did we miss out on it? Was it only the month of April I saw?
No, they were coming back as permanent.
They're permanent.
I thought that was the story. that
Oh,
we
I'm,
read.
I'm hopefully I'm hoping I
Oh.
misread it. Yeah.
We've got time.
Yeah, all the time in the world.
You know what? Do we go try right now?
Oh no, not right now.
Not right now. I gotta go to now and get a shake.
And
You're
Wendy's
gonna
for
say to take a.
frosty. I gotta go to now and take a shit.
Yeah, this pizza's going
No,
through me.
I would do that here. Don't get me
Oh.
wrong.
and you have.
Not in mine, please.
And he has.
yours,
And he has.
That's unfortunate.
You gonna shower before bed or jump in the pool?
I showered this morning.
Have you been in the pool?
Have I been in the pool
Are you serious?
since like February?
Have you seriously been in the pool?
I'm not kidding. Since February.
What?
Okay, so what is the temperature of your pool right now?
I don't know. I do ice baths. I'll get in the morning.
Okay, so it is cold.
Oh, it's freezing.
Jesus.
Oh, okay.
But it's
yeah.
so refreshing.
Yeah.
See, I'm
All the way
very-
all the way in?
Oh yeah.
No, I mean all the way in.
like, are you all
Yes.
submerged?
I don't think you understand what I'm saying. I'm saying are
Yes,
you
my cock and balls are in there, not just my feet.
I'm saying
Cock, balls, nipples, all of it.
I
It's a
apparently you're
family
not,
show.
apparently you're not understanding what I'm saying. I'm asking you
Both
clear
heads. Both heads are in the water.
clear as day. Are you under the water is what I'm saying.
In there.
The body. The
Yes.
entire body is
All of
under
it.
the water.
Yeah. All holes are submerged.
I want to be on the same
Are you naked when you go under?
Oh yeah, most of the time.
Most of the time.
I'm not putting on a swimsuit to go in my backyard, jump in the pool. Come on. And if someone's watching
I was
me,
gonna say, neighbors, look out.
that's-
Neighbors.
That's
You're welcome.
their loss.
Neighbors.
You're welcome.
They see a pale white couple ass cheeks and
It's some
a
low-hanging
shriveled penis because it's so cold.
Yeah.
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 Coach said all three legs. See, I don't have all three there.
It's shriveled. One of them.
Jesus Christ.
Oh man, good stuff.
Hey, that was a light mood right
Way to
there.
bring it around after talking about death and stuff.
Near death.
That's the Nightpod for you, the
Yeah.
Nightcast.
Did we mention it was?
We hadn't. I don't
We
think.
had it. It's a
Yeah.
Nightcast Monday,
Yeah.
Memorial.
Memorial
I
Day.
think the only one that knew was the
Evening.
manager and Pony.
They couldn't bring dessert through.
The manager's been a disappointment.
It's been
I mean, in
Call
a
it like
couple
I see it.
in a couple of ways. I don't need a auto umpire for this one to make this call.
Mm.
He's been a disappointment. Coming on a show again, and the food and dessert that he promised. Yeah.
what a terrible human being. Wait, sorry, hold on real quick. Speaking of Shane Goes, have you seen the God, I can't remember the guy's name, but he's on this, they also film it, but a podcast thing or whatever, and he literally dresses up like Trump, and some guy, it's a black guy who comes into the mic or something. He said, I wanted to go to this college or something like that. And I said, but there's no black people at that college. And Shane starts laughing, and some guy dressed as Biden goes, say it. And he goes, What a great institution.
That's on that Kill Tony show.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I thought that was
Go watch that.
hysterical.
Go find it on YouTube and watch it.
Okay.
'Cause the whole
All the
time-
way through? Okay.
The
yeah.
whole time he's hilarious.
The way he cracked up because he
Yeah.
knew this could
Yeah.
go one of two ways. It could go horribly or it could go great. But he said,
He's-
I'm going to do
yeah.
it either way.
He's losing it the whole time. 'cause
Oh, yeah.
he
it's-
knows how absurd he's getting.
It's so funny. It's just the delivery of it. What a great institution.
We love the black people. But like,
Doesn't he say something
he just
about
rambles on.
they make a joke about Milana or something like that and he goes, great, you know what? Like she is
Oh,
great.
yeah. Yeah, no. I've seen a lot of that like on like TikTok and stuff. The
Yeah, I've
Kill
seen
Tony
clips and stuff, yeah.
It's a funny like premise, and like the
Mhm.
people that come up are hit and miss because you're just random people that put their
Yeah.
names in, and there are super funny people that come on.
Yeah.
But yeah, that one in particular.
I'd say he's that one's like
I
without
watched
even
it all the
seeing
way
any of them.
through just because I knew he was on.
He
there.
was I was gonna say he's probably like next to Dave Chappelle, one of my favorite comedians. Like Shane's hilarious. Even the little beer commercial he did with I forget the rapper's name, but he goes,
Post
hey,
Malone.
yeah, he goes,
Yeah.
hey, you know you're not allowed to drink in a beer commercial? It's like since when? He's like, wait for it, and then they crack it. I think that's hilarious.
All right, rate the show.
I'm gonna go with 10.
Wow.
Yeah, this is food, very funny, food talk and food. Great top 5, great movie time.
I'm gonna
It's a
go
lot of fun.
9.65. We got a little long-winded on the MLB talk. I'll give us that. CGOC's not gonna be happy.
All right, I'll
so.
go 9.9.
That Major League Baseball thing did get long-winded, but I
Yeah.
think a lot of it was very relevant. Does that make sense? It wasn't just idle. It was actual stuff. So I'm going to push back on that, even though you're
For
right.
the MLB fans out there, they're gonna love it.
Yeah, even though you're correct on
Texas
it. I
Joe?
thought it was all.
Coach is happy.
Oh, yeah, he's naked right now.
Not that there were any Giants on that list, but
Well, they're all losers.
well.
So is the team.
Also probably
And their
like it.
fans.
Buster Posey over Yachty. Well,
Man, he was very good.
He really was.
Three, right?
3 rings.
God, he was so good.
Yeah. Maybe not the same longevity as Yachty,
Yeah.
but man, he was good.
But he had to 3 different aces for each one of those championships. Am I wrong? Kane?
I don't know if Kane was ever.
Wasn't
the
there
ace.
their first one? Wasn't he the ace?
I don't think so.
Who was it then? I
Thought
thought it was
more
him.
Lincecum.
I thought he was number 2.
I don't know. And then I thought the last 2 were both Bumgarner. Definitely the Royals one, and then the other one against the Tigers, maybe. I don't remember.
You're saying it was Bum on the last 2?
I thought. Could be wrong.
And
Kane was always good. I just never thought he was like.
I thought he was their
Never thought he
ace.
was the dude.
No, I thought he
that.
was their ace for
Yeah.
that season.
Could have been.
And then it was a one season where he was the ace and he was not the guy. Previous or after?
Let's check it out while you rate your show.
I'm going to go 10 also. I thought it was a great show.
So what years they win? Was it 8, 10, 12?
Yeah, they always and then
Was the
didn't make
even
the
year
play.
thing?
Then or was it the odd thing?
So 2010 he went 2-0. Didn't give up any runs in 21 and a third inning. That's pretty damn good. And then 2012 2-2 with a 3.6.
No, but it was just the 1 year. It was just the 1 year because each championship a different guy was the guy, I thought.
Huh. Well, yeah, 2010. I mean, he only threw 1 game in the World Series.
That's all they needed.
Coach says Kane was an ace. 10, 12, 14, he said. So, yeah, Kane wasn't even on the 14.
So I'm right.
or he didn't pitch in it because he wasn't that good. He was 2-7 that year. Yeesh.
So I'm right though.
Maybe we'll see.
Okay. No, you have to do Lincecum.
I was gonna look up Bumgarner.
Okay.
I mean Bumgarner for all three. Well, so not 2012. So 10-14 though. He was the dude. This one much more so. 52 innings. My goodness. In 7 appearances. Won both NLCS and World Series MVP. So then 2010. Not lice.
Wow, nice.
I can't see.
Oh,
I can't
my-
see the keyboard. It's dark in here.
Holy smokes. What is going on there?
You get over there?
2010, 4-1. So maybe you're right. So it was Lincecum, Kane, then Bumgarner.
No, but I thought you said Kane was 10, not 12. So I'm wrong.
Was he 10 also?
That's what I thought you said.
I don't know.
So I'm wrong.
Well, they were both really good.
Yeah. But I
I
thought
mean, he had
I
21
thought
innings
Kane,
with no earned runs.
I thought Kane was the guy.
Coach is saying Zito was 12.
Okay, I don't recall because it's the Giants and nobody cares.
Kane had the elbow cyst thing.
No,
I don't remember that.
I don't either. Here's a 12-year-old girl, Tim Lincecum.
And his father, Barry. 2012 Zito, 2-0 with a 1.69 ERA, 16 innings pitched, 3 earned runs. Pretty.
Yeah, but not as good as
Bumgarner.
Kane in that one,
That's true.
right? Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Who
But
cares?
okay,
Who
but
cares,
back
be
to
honest?
Buster. I'm telling you, I love them.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy was phenomenal. But I don't know if you can replace.
Defensively, not the same as Yachty. Offensively, much better than Yachty. Longevity, I think Yachty was around
Yachty,
quite a bit
yeah.
longer. Yeah. Buster had to move to DH and first base and stuff.
Yeah. I
don't
think
know.
that
They're
all of that
probably
is considered. I
probably
think all of that is considered.
pissing coach off.
Why? We're giving credit to.
That's true. Really good pitchers, good catcher.
Yeah, they had Shamu at third.
Shamu at third.
Yeah. And what's crazy
He doesn't
is
even know his guy's names. Tom Hudson. It's Tim Hudson guy. He was an A.
Come
He was an A
on.
first.
come on.
Oh, you corrected it, Tim.
That's too late. Too late, loser. Every one of those series, they had a guy that batted 112 during the season, and then in the
800.
playoffs, in the playoffs, just couldn't get the guy out.
Yeah.
In each one of those each one of those years, there was one guy
Yeah.
that just freaking.
That's what it takes. Win the
Yeah.
postseason.
True.
Baja gave it a 9.87. Even Baseball Talk was okay.
Okay,
That's good
See
coming
that?
from him.
that's what I'm saying, because I thought it was legitimate conversation,
Yeah.
not just a conversation.
It was. It was just for baseball nerds. That's all.
That
So,
yeah.
Thought
I
we might
didn't
have-
listen.
Thought we might have lost people.
I gave it a 10 regardless.
They were probably too busy hearing us
Shoe.
chew. You know.
Shoe food.
Coach said small ball won us 3 World Series.
No, but that's not true. I mean, it is true and it's not true.
Go watch film.
It is true and it's not true, because they did have these untimely freaking home runs by guys that just should not be hitting home runs. Wasn't there a guy named Ross?
What
Am I
happened?
making that up?
Cody Ross.
Didn't he just have a series?
Maybe.
Yeah. Screw
know.
him.
Screw 'em.
I'm done talking about this worthless organization in last place.
like a gay.
That's-
Hey!
you like those glasses?
I just saw them. I just decided to put them on.
I'll let you have them for $20.
Yeah, that's not happening. I got my own.
That's smart. I bought them for 10 at Big Five.
Jesus.
And that's how you make money, kids.
That's
And
it
that-
right there.
Is how
You make it
get
sound like it's-
highway robberies.
I don't know. I read Art of the Deal lately.
You make it sound like it's important to have it.
Yep.
That there is
overinflate
how
the price.
you have the cards when the other individual doesn't have the cards.
I got to get out of here. I got to get this in and out.
Comes in his tracksuit.
Are you gonna do it?
I'm strongly considering
Go get the milkshake.
If I didn't go to the gym today
There's no way.
and then already eat like a lot of food at dinner, I'd be going. But my wife had made some cornbread. I was just cornbread with like a little honey drizzle on it.
Cornbread.
Cornbread.
No one's gonna take my cornbread.
Some grits.
Big bulk bench. That's what we call him.
Coach said Blanco bunt, Crawford bunt, Juan Perez bunt, and great defense. Animal fries from In-N-Out. Yeah, no shot tonight. Nope.
You know, I'm going to say it. That is the worst thing on their menu.
The other thing you run into, too, is like, even though it's 10 o'clock, I could go to In-N-Out. The drive-thru might be around the block.
Ain't that the truth?
On Monday, holiday.
Are they even open late? That's the question.
Oh, no, yeah.
But tomorrow, you got to get up and, I don't know, at 10 o'clock?
A lot of college kids out there that are out of school now. Like
Oh,
this
that's
guy.
true. That's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I'm just a homebody.
All right. Let's get
I'm
out of
not, believe it or not, which is hard to believe here, other than the milkshake, I'm not interested in anything else from there right now because of what we ate.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's only
Yeah,
milk.
it would be
that's true.
strictly milkshake
Yeah.
worthy.
Yeah, the older I've gone, I'm going to admit, their fries, even well done, it's just,
No, it's the worst fries of
Yeah.
all the fries. Oh yeah, McDonald's is better, Wendy's is better.
yeah. Even Burger King's. I'm
but the
gonna say
food,
that
but the
Wendy's is
food,
okay.
the food,
is
like the burgers, just
it's godly.
you know what? Do you know what?
Go
I
on.
think it was Box that said this the other day. He'll get a 4x4
Mm.
on every trip because the patties are so small.
On every trip? What do you mean?
Like every time he goes there. Like, you know, here's
Oh.
the thing. Sometimes you go, you just give me a double or
Yeah.
a single, right? No, but he says every time it's a
He's a growing
Oh,
boy.
no, my mistake. I think it was
Scratch?
Scratch.
No.
I
That
think
makes
it was
sense. He's a
Scratch.
growing boy.
Yeah.
Every so often, I'll go
Man, we
to
need to have him
4x4.
back on.
Thank you for
I
mentioning
need
that.
I need a dating life.
Need
update.
an
No,
update.
thank you for
Need an
mentioning
update
this.
on that.
Next week's show, he's asking if we can do it on a Sunday
Okay.
because they're doing a tournament Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and they want to come on
Give a whole recap.
together and do a whole recap.
That'd be great.
And I said, here's the thing. We will do no other show
no.
other than just you guys in the recap of the golf.
And his dating life update.
Of course.
The entire show would just be that.
We'll do a top 5.
Well, but I'm
and
saying,
we'll
like,
do
yeah.
but we won't have any
A
other
segment.
unless there's this earth-shattering thing that
Yeah.
happened during the week.
Yeah, there won't be.
We won't.
So the only ones that'll stay will be story time, the poop list,
yes, yeah,
movie time, and top 5.
yeah.
And it's a Sunday,
Sunday.
and I could be on.
How about that?
Yeah.
That's gonna be fun. I can't wait to just sit there and listen to it. Honestly.
Tell Mrs. Legend. Let her know who's coming.
Hey, you know what? I think this coming weekend is gonna be Wagyu Burgers.
Mm.
Possibly.
Mm.
I don't know. Who knows?
What is this? What are you saying?
Wagyu Burgers. She's
When?
gonna- remember this? Since we couldn't do it today, it's gonna be next weekend. She said, or yeah.
Oh, I thought it was during the week.
No,
Alright,
she
whatever.
said because she won't have time. She's
Okay.
gonna try this weekend.
Doesn't
so
matter.
I can't wait for that though. What a show!
Yeah, thanks for listening as always. Manager said I could also be on. Don't come in second.
Don't
hand.
give
Oh,
us
look
that.
at
Now
this.
he's like,
Yeah.
now he's putting us in the spot where he's like, we already got people coming on. So they just say, see, I was
Look
gonna
at
be
that.
on.
I
but
was
then-
gonna
We
do
don't
it.
even have
But
enough
yeah,
mics.
I was
do
gonna
it.
do it.
Don't
but
even
But
have
now
then
I
you
enough
have
guys,
my
you guys
now.
told me
Yeah,
not
but now
to.
you're taking these other guys over me.
How's this gonna happen?
You know what? I think
Nice
manager
try.
just read art of the deal too. He gets it.
Don't even have enough mics. How's this gonna happen?
Good power position there. Yeah, thanks for listening on YouTube, Balls Out Sports Talk on the live tab. It's where you'll find our shows, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio. Our Twitter at Balls Out Sports. That's where you'll find the hate bracket stuff to go vote on. So go vote or else.
Please vote.
And then, yeah, ballsoutsportstalk@gmail.com if you like email. If you're an old school guy, you can send something there. Nice shades,
Nice.
Terminator.
Thank you.
For Legend,
I'll be back.
youngest, I'm Benj. You've been listening to Balls Out Sports Talk. And as always,
Hello, friend.
he's off right now.
Go tell them.
Go down now.
Show them your leadership capabilities.
Ooh, how they give you heat.